Greed is the founding principle upon which much of these lands were built. The desire to want more, to never be satisfied, to take and take and take. Like a dragon controlling its hoard, the corporations who plunder our lands for all the resources they can steal, at the expense of its people and their lives, are nothing more than a ticking time bomb. Greed is unsustainable. And as these lands change, they call for a return to balance. Without that, these lands and the Tezzeraathian people are doomed.
Good evening, and welcome to Science and Sorcery, the show where science communicators play Dungeons and Dragons that raise money for charity. I've had a long day, but my name is Dagmar Raven, and I am the Queen of Scotland? Let's go with that. Also, your host for tonight, and one of your players, and tonight's the penultimate episode of this campaign, These Lands Call for You. I will be joined by two of my fellow players, as the wonderful Hannah Ayub is, I'm sorry to say, not feeling very well, but she will be back with us hopefully next week. But I am going to be joined by the magnificent ruler of the realm of Kettering, Alex Holt, and a god amongst men, Danny Stones, as well as our dungeon master, who is a strange little creature I found in a cave, and now he won't leave me alone, Sam Langford. How's everyone doing?
I'm going back into a cave this evening, so it just feels like I'm permanently in here, like in this little office. So
it's all led up to this, isn't it?
It
You
has.
bringing us into your cave and
Exactly.
total party kill, probably.
That's quite a lot. There's like 4 of you, 4 dragons, and a little mushroom man. So that'd be a lot.
We all know the little mushroom man is secretly a grenade that's going to explode at some point.
We're technically now the
Just rip his head off from him.
please
Sam,
don't.
can you stat that up for us for next week?
Blob grenade. No, I will not be doing that. Hi everyone, welcome in.
Just a quick note for the chat. We are still working with our brand new streaming software, so if the sound or anything else is off, please do let us know in the chat. I'll be keeping an eye on that. Alex in the chat says you cut the video in half, Sam.
I'm getting there. Like I'm
It was
doing
Gary's
this
fault,
yeah,
actually, and Gary has once again been fired out of a cannon.
Why do we keep doing that?
We are also raising money still. This month we continue to raise money for Letters to a Pre-Scientist. There is a Just Giving link, which I'll pop in the chat. We've raised a whole £2 so far, which I think we got because Alex wanted Sam to talk in Blub's voice the entire time.
Which I did for a while. I did.
Which you did for a while, yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Also, are we going to get Lucky's voice tonight, Danny?
Well, we'll see. We'll
Okay,
see.
yeah. If Danny stops doing Lucky's dulcet tones, please don't be mad. Danny's lost his voice a bit, so we don't want him to hurt himself. I think that's all the announcements. Oh no, we're running a competition on Twitter. So if you haven't seen that yet, you go over to our Twitter account. We reached 700 followers on Twitter, and you can suggest a character for either myself, Sam, or Alex to play in an upcoming one-shot, and we'll randomly select a character, and whoever created that character gets a free mug. So we've got great designs made by both Alex and by Hannah in our store, so you get to pick the design, and you get some merch, and then probably Sam plays some ridiculous creature that makes me want to walk into the ocean.
Petition to make Dagmar play Blub.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
someone who hasn't, please comment that underneath, and like I will take over the random generator, because I know if we give it to Dagmar, then you'll just say no, it didn't happen, it didn't come up.
Unlike you, Sam, I'm not a little wimp, and I will absolutely play a character I may A, hate, B, think is boring. So what we really should do is, Alex and I are starting a campaign to make Sam play a Twink Ranger. So go and suggest your best Twink Elf Ranger characters for Sam to play because Sam thinks rangers are boring.
I mean, what's more fun, a twin elf ranger or a warforged cleric vending machine?
I mean, if you're playing at the Twink.
Yes.
in other contexts, sure, but
exactly, yeah. Also, Sam, all your entries don't count.
I know, but like
you quote tweeted instead of commented.
Yeah, because I know I
simple instructions.
I know I couldn't like enter, but I really want to play as just like the big rabbit called Phlegm, which is just a big Flemish rabbit that doesn't have any spells, can't speak. It's just a big rabbit. Like, I'd be a fighter. It would be great.
My dream character is a sentient player piano who is a bard and their own instrument.
Love it.
Guys, I'm sorry, I have to go.
Badger's dead. Rocks fall. Badger dies. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad because I'm also going to be piloting. Pirating.
I mean, I guess
I'm pirating Hannah's character tonight. Should we encounter any I can't speak today.
I'll take over then, shall I?
So can you please tell people about the one shot?
The one shot, yes, we have a one shot coming up on the 24th of February, which is Mothman Must Die, which is a one shot that is going to be DM'd by Alex Evans, who you'll have maybe seen on a previous episode, whether it is the Lactose League or
Olam Harp.
I'm trying to remember what else Alex has been involved in.
Just those two, I believe.
It's going to take place at a conference where lots of supervillains are going to try and make Mothman, aka Ruse Bane, disappear forever.
It's going to be a rare occasion for a one shot in which you'll see Sam, Alex, and I all play, which will be really enjoyable. And we'll announce the fourth player soon.
Yeah, in due course.
But they're great. Okay, Sam, comment from the chat. I think the stream's a bit quiet overall still. Alex, do also check that you haven't accidentally lowered the volume on your laptop, because I discovered that that's something I keep doing when I'm trying to watch TV. But also this is probably Gary's fault.
Can I also add in at this point that we just had a certain advert on, I think, utterly fuck that product. I'm not going to name it. You probably know what it is. Fuck it to hell.
Oh, that's my fault. Yeah. Sorry.
We do not endorse.
We were gonna turn ads off. We forgot. You can subscribe to our channel to not see ads for fucked up products that support TERFs. Am I correct in my guess, Alex?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We will be turning ads off.
I have turned up the volume, folks. If I do it much louder,
you've turned up the volume. Hopefully, this is now resolved. But yes, do let us know in the chat. And other than that, Sam, we'll hand over to you, I guess.
Okay. Overnight, last time, you went to Parlan's Cove to check on the dragon that lives against the coast. This dragon was in a state of depression. They were not happy that the local marine areas had been overfished and dredged, and there was nothing left in the bottom of the loch or the bottom of the sea. And there was only one way to fix it. They wanted you to take part in Parlan's parlay play. But this was all a ruse. That was also going to be a distraction for two of you to head off to try and free a whole bunch of captured creatures held on a marine trawler. So, in that time, Lucky and Gulo put on a Fishmas Carol, a fictional, completely made up story that also involved Billy Bass and Blub, the little myconid who you picked up off of Captain Osiris. As that was going on, Badger and Rat went off to sink a ship. They sunk a marine trawler against the sea. And that's where we left it, as the fishermen headed off to be quite impressed about the idea of bringing more balance to the land and not causing the oceans to die. Overnight, the snow, which began to fall in Brora after the collapse of Florey, has spread. You wake up to quite a lot of snow in Parlan's Cove, covering the ground outside in a fluffy white blanket. There's a chill in the air, as though the mood of the whole nation has dropped. And as you head downstairs, people are arguing in the main room of the tavern that you're staying in. This is the Griffin's Firbolg. The barkeep has the most sour look on his face as well, and gives you all a bit of a look of disgust. There's been a delivery for you lot from the Draconic Oath. I don't really give a shit about it, but it's there and points to a package.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, this might just be me. I thought that we were in summer when we started this. Did I just misremember this entirely, Sam?
You were in summer when it started.
Okay.
After the dragon got sick, it began to snow.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought that had stopped.
Have we checked that this isn't just like Gula who's doing all of this?
I mean, like, much as I do like to toot my own horn, so to say, like, this is a bit beyond me.
I mean, probably, right? Strange.
Shall we investigate what we have there then?
I suppose.
As you open the package, you see that it is a new set of uniforms or robes that have been sent by the Draconic Oath. Deep blue robes that it comes with a letter saying that all Oath Keepers, yourselves, must wear. It's an interesting thing. You see that above the kind of left breast, there's just a logo for Dreamstone. And you turn it around and look onto the back, and it just reads, "Connecting all of Tezzerath."
Was this a coastal town?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we sunk the ship, Alex.
Yeah. Well, no, I can't remember if we were still in that same town, but that's fine.
Yes.
And how far are we from the seafront?
Oh, it would be a kind of brisk walk in the snow.
What's your thinking?
I just cantrip frostbites. It's like, oh no, they are covered in ice. We cannot possibly wear them right now.
I mean, I was going to set them on fire, but this also
that's even better.
I hope you weren't going to throw them in the loch. That's littering.
We are very against that. Remember the play? Remember Ebenezer Boatman? Don't be an Ebenezer Gulo.
What are they made of, actually? Because if they're biodegradable, that's not the same issue.
They're definitely polyester.
Shit, you're right.
Well, we established pre-stream that plastic does exist here, so there is a version of that.
But only in Billy Bass.
only in the Billy Bass. Yes.
And the flame tongue scimitar that just wasn't mentioned.
Yes.
Yes.
It's just a big plastic sword. Which is why it's constantly burning.
What are we doing then?
Well, I think we kindly donate these clothes to someone who needs them, and then we go visit the final dragon.
That was my plan also. Well, I mean, we can go via Robert the Spruce. Do I know a tree in the vicinity of the final dragon?
It's very much the base of a mountain. There's like a lot of mining operations around there. Probably wouldn't be the best route.
We can just take the dragons.
Yeah, we could also do that, yes.
Get them some exercise.
Mm-hmm. Are we all not putting on the robes?
No, of course not.
No.
I thought they looked quite fetching, if I'm honest. I mean, just in terms of the colour, but now they're all icy and a little bit singed.
It's just that half is frozen, half is burned.
Correct to setting them on fire.
I was just going to pretend they got damaged in transit, but if we're going full on burning, I'm down for that too.
Oh, we can just donate them to a charity shop. Danny, Lucky. Danny, really? Lucky, do you really want to advertise for Dreamstone when you don't even use their products?
Well, I wear lots of things that have logos on that I don't actually, know
well,
of.
Well, but if it's the logo of the clothing brand, that's different.
No, I mean, I got this T-shirt. I think I inherited it from my dad, and it's got some band on I've never heard of.
But the band isn't destroying the planet.
Well, actually, you weren't at the festival in '04.
Okay, well, maybe you should also donate that shirt then.
I'll have a look in my bag for it.
I mean, you don't have to if it was a gift. I'm just saying, we know Dreamstone is evil. Using their goods would make us complicit.
So I'm not actually going to waste a spell, but I'm just like imagining just using enlarge reduced. It's just like, oh no, they're too small. We can't possibly wear them.
Can I have mending as a cantrip? Can I use that to reverse mend them? As in, like, turn them back into spools of thread?
Sure, why not?
That's how
It's
that
gonna
works.
take me a
That's
while,
how that
but
works. But you can do it on the journey if you like.
yeah.
Okay.
No, we can just donate them. I don't think Rot's into wearing these clothes either.
that's canon. That's a decision. Okay, are you staying here? Or are you heading on out?
Not much else to do here.
Are we going to discuss, that letter we all got?
Oh, we should maybe tell the Archdruid.
Oh, well, I've already sent off a reply to that.
Of course you have. I'm still confused why they sent it to us and not to, like, our boss.
Why don't you phone him and ask?
I mean,
Well,
I
don't have a stone. Can I borrow yours?
Of course.
With my 10 strength.
I mean, I am also somewhat perplexed as to how they know that we're doing anything. It's not like we've announced what we found publicly.
Well, maybe Blub told them. Blub, did you tell them?
Sam struggles to remember the voice.
I think it was my main little bit of how did I do this? It's, why would I do that?
I don't know.
know
You
you-
were working with an evil guy before.
Let's get something clear. Capo wasn't the most pleasant individual, but he was not evil. I know you have trust issues and you don't like me, but I had nothing to do with whatever has happened. I was busy in the play.
But just to pique my interest here, like, he was going to kill the dragon, right? That was his plan there.
Well, he was there for the haggis, mostly. It was a big old haggis, but he doesn't like.
Okay.
He doesn't like dragons.
So he just went to murder us, but wasn't that bad a guy?
Well,
No, he definitely was going to.
Yeah.
He then decided to start killing our dragons instead.
I mean, you saw what the man was. He wasn't always a lizard folk, and he didn't feel he was strong enough. And he would see dragons and say, "They are much stronger than I am. I don't like it. I'll take them down."
I mean, that's how I feel about not dragons, but people stronger than me.
That's what I feel about fences.
I just punch people.
Fences punch me.
I mean,
quite high.
I do get a bit of that from certain particularly ironclad contracts too.
But before the session, Alex had sent off a letter to Dreamstone. It is 8 paragraphs long. So, for the sake of time, it begins.
We'll post it on Twitter later.
Yeah, but Dear Dreamstone Incorporated, thank you for your recent correspondence and for raising your concerns with us. However, we would like to ask you, cease and desist, and you're asking us to cease and desist. Blah, 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 blah. May the ice not take you today. Gulo Snowborn.
I feel like Gullo's definitely responsible for the snowstorms now.
Yeah. That's just a traditional greeting I learned when I first came to the service.
I've never heard this before in my life, but I'm going to start using it. I'm gonna take Lucky Sending Stone and phone the Archdruid.
Okay.
Is this how these stones work, Sam? We've never actually.
Yeah, they're not
established this.
they're not traditional stones that they have like
Cool.
one connection.
There.
These are particular.
I
sending
scratched the Archdruid's number into the surface of the stone.
Shiver can help.
Looking
Shiver,
for
get
a
off
smooth
Snapchat and
surface.
I don't know how this thing works. Badger doesn't have one.
Didn't we establish that only Shiver had one?
Yeah, it was.
No, Shiver has a dreamstone. Lucky just has a random rock he picked up that somehow also works.
Slightly radioactive bit of granite that you hold up hold up to your ear. Hello, Lucky?
No, it's Badger. I don't know
Oh.
why we decided I was gonna phone. Stone.
What can I do for you, Badger?
We just wanted to let you know we're going to head off to see the final dragon.
Oh, curious.
Put on a very successful play here.
It's the
Parliament,
talk of
Parliament's real
Kezarath.
happy. Yep. And also we get a cease and desist from Dreamstone.
Oh,
Gulos seems to have taken care of it. You in league with Dreamstone by any chance?
am I in league with? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Badger, where is this coming from?
Well, we got these new uniforms.
They were shrunk in the delivery.
They got really cold on the way here.
Well, as you
It's like a frozen t-shirt contest. Is that what you wanted us to do?
as was announced at the Dragon Festival,
Mm-hmm.
Dreamstone were giving a large donation towards the Draconic
Right,
Oath.
yeah. I was trying to not have a Goliath child sneeze on me the whole time.
Yes, I'm sure if you'd had a discussion with any of your party, they might have been able to tell you that was a discussion that had there. I am very busy. What?
Well, why did it just... Nice day. I'm gonna hang out.
At the other end of the Dreamstone, there's just like Druid is like, why are they in this oath? Like, I don't understand it. And just like puts the stone down.
Honestly, we shouldn't have let Badger phone.
Who would you have rather? Would you rather Gulo do it?
No. Both of you take far too long.
Okay. As you've been making that call, you hear that there's like what sounds to be a town crier outside. Like, we're currently a little muffled, you can't quite hear what they're saying, but some of the people that are in the tavern head on out to hear what they're doing. Is there anything else that you folks are doing?
No, that sounds interesting.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go see what the news of the day is.
And as you head out, there's just a small halfling who is like deeply booming their voice, like to tell the land about the controversial sponsorship of the Draconic Oath by Dreamstone. The Tezarathian dragons have been approached for comment, but sadly, Flore is too ill for a media appearance. Frangan flew into a rage upon hearing the news. Parlan is hungover after a particularly successful play. And currently nobody knows the whereabouts of Shorus. Lady Cirilla was approached for comment. The chief executive of Dreamstone has said she will host a press conference later at the foot of the Dreamstone mining operations at Shorus's caverns.
Well, that makes for quite a neat confluence of locations.
Let's go.
Doo-loo-loo-loo-loo.
Do you still have your robes? Like, even if you're not wearing them?
Can I roll to spot a poor person?
I guess so.
10.
10. I mean, like, from what you can see, there is a mixture of peoples here around Parlan's Cove. There's tourists, there are locals. It's not really upon you to, by looking at someone, tell their monetary income and value. But you can approach someone if you would like to give them your frozen and then singed and then unspun robes.
Can I roll to spot a poor person? Is definitely what Jacob Rees-Mogg asks every week in his home D&D game.
But he also follows it up with, like, I attack them with my...
Are you still holding them or are you leaving them behind?
we're gonna leave them somewhere here, but probably like hand them off to
Or
someone.
we just chuck them in the bin or in the fire somewhere.
Can't really make a fire in public.
I thought, was there a hearth inside the inn?
Yeah, there would be.
Oh no!
The plastic fumes are gonna be so bad for everyone.
Oh, that's true.
You don't burn plastic.
I keep on forgetting it's plastic.
Yeah.
Maybe we just don't, wear them. Just, ignore them.
I don't think
If we
should
can't
take...
burn them safely, maybe we just...
Lucky, Dreamstone makes technology that lets you talk to people from everywhere. These shirts
So you're
are
saying
probably...
our robes could talk to us?
They're probably hearing everything we're saying and reporting it back to Lady... Cirilla?
Cirilla.
Okay, yes.
I just sort of look at the thing. It's like, Lady Cirilla, your contracts are full of terrible, terrible holes. Just like your shirts.
I don't think I prepped detect magic, which I'm very disappointed.
I don't think I have it.
As you're talking about this, there's just a small group of children come up and see that you're holding these robes, spot the logo, and are just like, same bullshit every day. You're supposed to be doing good for the world. And yet you take the money from the corporations.
Hey, kid, do you know where we can burn these?
Do you care about the environment? Why are you burning things? These lands are dying and they're calling for people like you to step up and fucking help.
I'm just gonna toss the box at the kid and then go to the dragons.
Okay, child. We do not know the local recycling facilities, so could you take these to them while we go and solve the problems that you insist we do? Thank you.
I am a child. Why are you putting labour on me?
It's called a fucking chore!
We are the ones that are standing up for this world when it should be people like you.
We have already... What have you done this week, child? We have stopped some deforestation.
That what
rescued
about
some
today with
sea
a small
mammals.
child?
Yeah.
Oh, don't engage with trolls!
Yeah. Show me
they just
the
walk
forest
off.
that you have saved this week. Then we can talk. Good day.
Badger's at the dragons. Badger's mounted on Fern, ready to fly off.
Badger, Fern turns around to you. Is like, Badger, where are we going? Everything feels off today, and it's making me nervous.
Well, you probably shouldn't have had so much to drink with Parland yesterday, but we're going to the mountain, and we're probably gonna go fuck up a bitch.
Fern's just like, oh, that sounds dangerous.
Yep.
Are we gonna be safe?
Probably not.
You'll take care of me though, right?
Of course.
How old are these dragons in relative dragon years?
They're kind of late teens, early 20s, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
Fern is a very nervous dragon.
Yes.
They're not adults. Okay.
No.
Good to know.
No, we're already doing child labor. Like, it's fine. It can go do some fucking recycling.
Lucky Maram turns to you and says, like, okay, Lucky, how many steps do we have to get in today, my friend?
Oh. I don't really know. I guess what, about 500? Is that a good number?
500? Lucky. Everything okay?
Oh, sorry, I meant 5,000. I'm a little bit... me and Parlin were doing shots, and a shot for a dragon is like a bucket for me.
It's like a...
You've
been on the Scumble again?
I may have been swimming in Scumble, yes. But yes, 5,000, that's a better number, yes.
Meanwhile, Kala is speaking to Rat and saying, like, how are you feeling today? Are you getting enough sleep? You need to make sure that you get the hours in. And as you kind of settle into gear, Gulo, they turn to you and say, things don't feel quite right today. Is Is it your chair? Does it not? Does your chair not feel quite right? It feels a bit tighter than usual.
I don't know. I hadn't noticed anything. Do you feel okay?
I'm nervous.
Anything particular causing this nerviness?
No, it just seems like things have changed. And I don't like it.
Since yesterday, or just in general, longer term?
As over time, things have changed, but something changed last night, and I don't know what.
Well, I shall certainly keep an eye out, and if you do too, and then hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it, whatever it may be.
Okay. I hope so. So.
If it's worth mentioning, Gear, I understand your feeling. Last time I felt like this was with the circus. And Badger Kids are kind of like 1,000-yard stare in their eyes.
As we go back in time.
Yeah. Woke up one morning and everything felt off, and it was a man named Mangy Pete. And it was never quite the same.
What was his act?
He didn't have one, he looked after some of the animals and they gave him mange.
That doesn't seem very...
Quite appropriate, given his name, really.
It was funny, he had the name before he actually got the mange. It was fitting. But,
Did he do it intentionally for branding, perhaps?
possibly. He seemed to be somewhat immune to most of the nastier side effects. But the mange isn't the point. The mange he'd had that for years. No, this morning after I woke up, he started acting different, and eventually he just left. Never saw him again.
And Fern's been listening to this story. You're not going to leave, are you?
No, of course not.
Okay. We all need to stick together.
Yeah, but maybe keep an eye on each other. Make sure no one starts acting off.
Let's all have a buddy so we can all make sure that everyone's okay.
I'll stick with Rot.
Blub,
Start
me and you.
Oh,
I start drawing out an elaborate diagram where we all have...
I assume this is all happening in flight.
Yeah, you can do this in flight, just like shouting to each other as you're flying.
If Blub checks on me and I check on Sparrow, and Sparrow...
Sparrow's not here right now.
Gulo hasn't
He's
realized
busy
that
with his
Sparrow's
other
not always
family.
here.
But that's the perfect excuse to go reporting back to our enemies.
No,
That's
he's
it.
with
Are you
his
saying-
he's with his third family. He was with the second family yesterday, and
Are you saying that Sparrow is a spy?
I don't know. That's why we have to keep an eye on each other.
you want me to ask him?
I mean, would he say...
I mean, he doesn't really.
yes
He
if-
doesn't talk, and he doesn't leave the Fey unless I ask him to. So it would be difficult.
Or so he doesn't claim.
I'm trying to make sense of that sentence in my head, Alex.
Is this conversation over?
Yes, definitely.
In summary, watch out for sneakiness.
Yes.
You have been flying north from Parlan's Cove, heading towards Shora's Cavern, and you've been to this place before. But as you are soaring down towards where you expect to land, you can see that it looks a bit different from the last time you were here. Shora's Cavern was the finest mine in all of the land, like renowned for the quality of its iron, gold, and the moonstone and obsidian that are used in creating dreamstones, as well as for the skill of the dwarves who worked there. Now, the dwarves of this mine, they were proud and independent lot and took their work very, very seriously, toiling deep underground, day in and day out, hacking away at the rock, ever in search of these precious minerals that helped us to create wealth and to deliver the dreamstones to the people of Tizrath. But as you come into land, you can see that production seems to have increased There seems to be a lot more going on in this space. The dwarves are gone. And instead, a new being is in their place. Hundreds of small, little, identical automatons. Each with their own individual jobs to do. Rushing between materials, driving little steam trains, hacking at the rock on the outside, making like things move from the inside of the caverns, making the tea, cracking jokes. Each with a job. Each
They
with
make
a
tea for each
purpose.
other? Do these robots drink tea?
I mean, mainly they're just making tea because it's what they're meant to do. Like, it's...
But
There's
no
a
one's consuming
pile
the
of
tea.
like
Is this
teacups
science
filled
and
with tea but
sorcery?
undrunk.
Is this science and sorcery's looks like meat's back in the menu boys moment? A throwaway line suddenly sets up a whole economy. Robots drink tea now.
You see one of the Conrads being worked on by the electrician. Like, just like kind of fixing them as you come down to land. You've met these robots before.
I've got the number for one of them.
I examined their terms and conditions in detail.
I spent a lot of time looking for hedges that weren't there.
What would you like to do? Anything you want to do while you're in this space?
I'm wondering if Conrad is an acronym. Did we ever get told whether it was an acronym last time?
Why don't we ask them?
Well,
Combat-
I don't think Badger wants to know. Dachmar wants to know.
Combat-orientated robot. No, wait.
Missed
They
an
missed an N.
Yes. Combat.
Nano robot. They're
Of-
not nano.
Or no, I don't got nothing.
We don't progress until you finish this acronym.
This is the combat nasty robot.
Well, we don't know
Something.
where the dragon is, do we?
Excuse me, Conrad.
And turns around and goes, "It's you!" And other ones just turn around and go, "It's you!" And you just watch as all of these faces just turn and go, "It's you!" And just one of them will come rolling up.
Now, to avoid this being a little bit awkward, do you all have like a shared consciousness?
You mean all of the Conrads? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I mean is, are any of you the Conrad I was saying hello to, or are you all one Conrad? And so you're all the Conrad I said hello to.
We're all the Conrad you've met before.
Ah, wonderful! Happy to see you again.
Hello.
I just didn't want to be overly familiar if you were just a random Conrad I didn't know.
No, I remember you. I remember both of you.
Wait a second. So if I phone you, do all of your phones go off?
Yeah, it's whoever gets there first.
Oh, that sounds fun. I
Chipper,
might save that
really
one for
quickly.
later.
What brings you to the cavern?
Well, what happened when we last met? We were in a field, weren't we? So there were some pesticides and some geese, and then we went to the forests, and we met some other little people, but they weren't robots. And then
I think the term you're looking for is dwarfs.
No, they were bees.
no, they were little blue people.
Oh.
And the bees also.
Oh.
I wouldn't call a dwarf little people. But anyway, so then,
Also, they're
then we
bigger
were in
than
the
him.
forest, and then we went to the shore, and I was in a play. You see,
Ooh.
I was
Yes.
playing Ebenezer Boatman, and Gulo was a number of ghosts,
Yes.
and it was a good play. It was a good play. A little bit ruined because at the end, turned out some beavers had robbed a boat.
What?
I know.
Bastard beavers.
I don't really know why why beavers need a boat. They can swim. But anyway, the point is, we've been going around doing our thing, and now we've come to see See what's happening over here. We've come to check in with the old boss.
Who's the old boss?
You know, the big dog.
And they all kind of look around going, big dog?
We're looking for the dragon.
Oh, and you're looking for Shorus.
Yeah.
She's not been around.
Well, this is where she lives, isn't it?
Yeah, but none of us have seen her.
Oh, perhaps we should go and check in on her. We are the Draconic Oath after all, and we do.
How can we check in on her if we
well-being
don't know
checks.
where she is?
You shut up! You just want to get inside. Because they're hiding her, probably.
Why would they be hiding her?
I don't know, they're evil!
They're not evil, they're just little robots.
Stone.
And just from maybe about 50 feet away, you hear a voice just grow out going, "Oh, hello, it's you. Welcome." And you turn round to see this kind of taller elven woman kind of turning over an hourglass in her hand. You're here for the conference?
Oh no, nothing so banal, I'm afraid. We're just here to check in on the dragon.
Huh. What about you should be wearing something. Where's your robes?
Robes?
They were damaged in transit, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, turns to Conrad, he's like, measure them up, get them some more, and you'll be right as rain in just a second. And a little automaton rushes off to get you some robes.
Sorry, but it's quite urgent. No one's seen Shiraz
Insight
in a
check,
long
that's
time.
right as rain in a second.
Go ahead.
15.
Say that again, what were you doing? I missed that over.
The phrase right as rain in a second. I'm
Uh-huh.
insight checking it because I don't like the phrasing of that.
As far as you can tell, like, she's just looking to get you some new robes because she wants brands to be put out into the world. It's very much a business decision. Commercialization is taken over, and she really wants, like, the partnership that is ongoing between Dreamstone and the Draconic Oath to really get into the public consciousness.
There is a slight issue with those robes, which is, we're druids, and when we change into animals, the robes get all torn up, and, you know, we'd hate to keep having to ask for more robes. Also, when Rat gets angry, she kind of changes shape, and then the robes get all torn up, and sometimes I change shape, and the robes get all torn. There's a lot of changing
I
shape.
never change shape.
We
Also-
can make Lucky change shape if we wanted to, though.
Also,
Lucky's
they might get stuck in
capable
my
of it.
wheels.
They might get stuck in Gula's wheels. More importantly, no one's seen the dragon in a long time. We're the Draconic Oath. It is our priority to go check on her right now. So we'll put the ropes on when we come back.
Make a persuasion check on that.
$18.
She kind of looks for a second, just like, well, why not? If you wait around, we've sent Conrad off now, and it would
Well, why
be...
doesn't Conrad come find us? We can go on ahead.
Where are you going? How is Conrad meant to know where you're going?
We'll tell
We
the
can
other
phone with
Conrads.
updates.
And we can phone Conrad.
We
We've
have
got their
Conrad's
numbers.
number. It's fine.
Yeah, Conrad's number. Okay.
We just need to make sure that Conrad's the one who picks up.
yes.
Well, they've all... Oh, yeah.
And
We'll pass the message on.
as
Or
you
we could have one of the T Conrads come with us. They don't seem to be achieving a lot themselves.
she snaps her fingers and all of your voices just cut off. If you were to call the Conrads, as you can see, they're all very busy here. And if you were to interrupt them, that could be quite detrimental to what is going on. Please just hang around, get the robes, and be on your way.
I just start wheeling off.
Yeah, at this point, like, if she's in my way, I'm shoulder checking her and walking past.
And she's just stood there.
That's fine. I'm going past.
Okay.
Bringing magic into this was the dick move.
You kept talking over her as she was trying to say something. Wait, would you like to stay around? We have a press conference. It's an important moment. Or
This might be worth sticking around to hear.
I just carry on wheeling because
I
I
just
was
keep
assuming we
walking.
were still muted anyway. So just like, I
No,
can't
we're not
remember what
muted
to do.
anymore, but
clicks her fingers again. Okay.
I think Gulo and Badger are just going.
I'm walking alongside you, but I'm just like, I'm just saying, every time they've done an announcement before, it's been pretty important that we listen.
Your 4 dragons are coming with you, and
That's fine.
Farron is gonna be like, it would be good to know what's happening. Maybe they'll tell us where Shorus is.
Exactly, there might be a clue or something.
Okay, Blub, you take Shiver's phone and ring us if they announce anything important.
But I thought I was looking out for Lucky. You can't leave.
Blub is
Oh,
my buddy in the buddy system.
Oh, this is true. My chain is ruined.
You've
Shit.
set up the buddy system. Don't leave me behind.
I could wait and then catch up with you.
You've
If you're
got the
okay.
shortest legs, though. Well, I suppose
Yes,
if
but I
you've got
do
Marum.
like walking, and Maram's here, yes.
That's true, yeah.
Or we could leave Rat, who is very contemplative today.
Look, I just think we're not employed to please Dreamstone. We're employed to make sure the dragons are okay, and I don't...
No, I agree, but I don't think this is staying to please Dreamstone. I just think, what if she gets up there and does her big speech and then she says, oh, we're gonna blow up the mountain, and then obviously that would be important to whatever Shorash is up to.
See, but my converse thing is that she was maybe do some kind of like mind control speech thing, and then everyone's under her control. So
That's
then
a
we
good
wouldn't want to be
point.
there.
Well,
Mhm.
who's mentally strongest? Maybe that person could wait. Or, stand at the back.
Well, if it's if she's gonna try to put a charm on people, I have recently learned how to counteract those with my mind. Through sheer power of badgers.
Well, do you want to stay and
Contrariness.
throw a badger at her?
Oh, fine. And I will turn around and go back.
In the time you've been talking, the Conrad is back.
We were kept walking.
Well, you turned around again, and the
No, I've now
Yeah.
turned around on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I
carrying
will
on.
take all of the ropes from the Conrad.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're very welcome. And he just holds out a hand.
High five.
Oh, he wants a tip.
We are underpaid.
I'm gonna druid craft an acorn and hand them the acorn.
Looks at it.
Trees are more valuable than money.
Drops it on the ground and wheels away.
Itch. I drop the robes in the nearest pile of stuff.
I've had a thought. You know how we've got this magic paint? What if we paint on robes?
We just make the robes and we've been handed twice now.
Oh, but I was.
But
more
then, but what I
concerned that they were,
mean
like,
is, if you're
cursed or something.
suspicious of them, then we can appease Lady What's-Her-Face while we're here, but we won't actually be wearing anything suspicious.
I'm not there.
What do you think, Gulo? I'm already mixing up the right shade of blue.
I mean, I could just do a fog cloud alternatively.
But fog clouds don't look like robes, do they?
No, but you can't see a robe in a fog cloud.
How far can you see in this cloud?
Not very. That's the point.
But if she comes to talk to us,
But I don't really want to talk to her.
I know, but she's gonna come back.
At the moment, there's like a crowd gathering with a small stage, and the Conrads that are coming around it, but most of them still continuing to work. But also what looks to be members of the press and a couple of other Draconic Oath people. It looks as though the conference is going to start soon.
Are the Draconic Oath people wearing the robes?
Yes, they're all decked out in these blue robes.
I'm gonna just stand in the back, literally as I am right now, like resting my head on my hand, leaning against something.
Okay.
So
Looking
quick, Gulo.
incredibly bored.
What do you think, Gulo? Paint or no paint?
I don't want to, like, I think the ones are cursed, so the paint is better than.
Well, this is what I'm thinking.
But
if our
also-
suspicion is the physical robe,
But also, I just don't like the imagery.
I know we'll get rid of it as soon as we leave.
Oh no, it fell down a mine shaft. What the shame.
Can I just check? Did I get Shipper's phone?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So I can phone Lucky. That's good.
Well, actually, I was just thinking about this. Do I have Shiver's number?
I feel like Shiver has added you.
Shipper's got everyone's number.
Yeah,
Shipper's Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
XOXO Shiver.
Yeah. There's just loads of pictures. Just this little fox.
It's like it's an old school kind of MySpace or like what was the other like messenger app?
Bebo.
No, like there was other messenger app that was around for a while where you could put like your name and then like only God can judge me or something like that next to it. That's what
would you put, Sam?
Yeah, that's like proper cringe 14-year-old. No, I didn't know.
Oh. I was like 7.
Can we change it so that that's what it says underneath you on Twitch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sam Langford, only God can judge
Maybe
me.
I'll do that on the break. You hear, good people of the press, it is my pleasure to address you today on behalf of our board. I would like to start by expressing my gratitude for your continued interest in our organisation and for being here with us today. As the CEO of Dreamstone, I am proud to say that we have had a remarkable year. Our company has achieved record-breaking success, surpassing all of our targets and exceeding expectations in terms of growth and profitability. Now, this has been made possible by the tireless efforts of our employees and the unwavering support of our stakeholders. We're delighted to have announced our most recent partnership with the Draconic Oath, provided continued funding to this incredible organisation. Now, the support of the Archdruid is incredibly important, and the great dragon deities will only help us to grow our business and help the great lands of Tezzerath flourish. We had hoped that we might welcome Shoris to this conference to say a few words, but alas, she is currently undisposed. She sends her well wishes, though, and commitment to this deal to bring our two important organisations closer together. And so, over to questions, if there's any from the audience, and just kind of gestures out to, takes a couple from like the surrounding media, which are fairly benign. Someone asks her what she's wearing, and like it's not pleasant, like to have to listen to. She deals with it very appropriately, though. Yeah.
You can't make me like this woman, Sam. You can't make me like this woman.
I'm not trying to.
It's like, oh, I'm wearing like human skin done by.
I'm wearing the cursed robes, which we've handed out to every audience, every member of the audience.
Are you saying that out loud to take a piss?
No, I'm joking.
What are you all doing whilst this is going on?
I have a question for her. Badger will like casually raise a hand.
Oh, yes, at the back. Badger, is it?
Badger. Mm-hmm. 2 questions. First of all, Draconic Oath, need to check on the dragon. Where can we find her?
Currently, Shoris is indisposed, and
Yeah. And we'd like to just make sure she's okay. So where can we find her?
At the moment, she is not accessible. If you'd like to know further.
And where can we find her? I'm just getting louder and louder.
I would recommend speaking to your Archdruid if you would like to find the dragon.
Did that this morning, he was fine with it. Where can we find her?
Make a deception check on it.
I did mention it to him this morning.
Did you?
There's no deception. Yeah, I told him we're gonna go check on the fourth dragon.
But then you just hung up on him.
That was like 4 sentences later.
I mean, he didn't.
I suppose
say-
it means it's not technically a lie.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't object to us doing it.
Okay.
No.
Right, persuasion then. Because,
Only a 13.
You're welcome to be here. And in fact, anyone from the Draconic Oath is welcome to be here. But currently, Shorus is indisposed. And I would ask once again, as I already have, for you to wear the proper uniform whilst you're on duty.
Alright, can I ask my second question?
Make it brief.
Is it true you've been evading taxes? And I'm just gonna turn around and then walk back in the direction that the rest of the party went. Hopefully, like, stirring something up amongst the journalists.
Just like somewhere, just a little way away, Gulo's like, I feel like Badger's learning from me.
While this was happening, Lucky disappeared behind like a porta cabin or something and quickly painted on a robe.
I'll phone Lucky as I start walking back as well and just go.
Hello?
Hey Lucky, so bullshit conference, they're just saying the dragon's indisposed, we can't get access to her, and they've got record profits or some bullshit, so I'm on my way back to you, and also I did ask them if they're evading their taxes.
Are they?
Well, I don't know, I didn't stay to hear the answer, but hopefully the journalists.
If she just
press
said
on that.
yes, I am, and I'm proud of it.
Cutting back to her on the stage, the media did not care.
That makes sense. There's bastards.
So I suppose the question is, do we know where Shorash normally is?
No, you would
Like,
expect,
do they have an house?
Yeah, you would expect that they're going to be in the cavern somewhere. They reside within the mountain.
Maybe it's like when we went to see Parlin and they were like, oh no, Parlin's very busy. And then we said, oh no, we've got an appointment. Maybe we try that again. The old I've got an appointment bit.
I mean, that could quite possibly work.
As you're talking, quite a young human woman comes running up to you. Is like, you four are the ones who've been looking into Dreamstone, right?
Aye.
Have I made it back to them yet
Who's asking?
at this point?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah.
Okay.
She's very out of breath. I'm Clarissa. I'm the lady's.
Are you going to explain it all?
I'm the lady's personal assistant.
Lady's asshole sister?
Personal assistant. That's how she introduced. I'm her asshole sister.
I mean, own it.
Yeah.
You know.
You're the ones who've been looking at the Dreamstone.
We've been making some observations.
Listen,
That counts as looking into a gulo.
I've seen some truly awful things going down at HQ, and the lady's lying. They've no real plans to support the people of Tezzerath.
I mean,
Shocking.
does not surprise me, to be honest. But I'm assuming there is more specific horrors that we have not yet uncovered.
Well, as I'm sure you'd expect, they're just trying to squeeze every last drop from the land and then head offshore. And
What is actually offshore? Like, is this like a literal offshore, as in the real world, or is it some kind of fantasy
no,
range offshore?
We're on an island.
it's an island. There would be
Yes.
other continents as well that you could travel to.
Yeah.
The dragons haven't signed up to any of this. And I heard the lady say that Shoras has been trapped in the caverns until the deal's closed. Shoras,
Aye, force.
yeah, Shoras is dying.
Oh no.
Well, we can't be having that then, can we?
No. Let's go, what did I say to you earlier, Fern? Fuck up a bitch?
Fuck up a bitch. That's it. Yeah.
Let's go
She's
fuck up a bitch.
Up for this now.
Yes.
And Clarissa is like, I shouldn't be talking to you. Shit. I need to go. And she just runs off.
Your boss is a tax evader.
I know.
You probably knew that. Yeah. Just spread the word.
Alex in the chat saying, I love how chill everyone is about the dragon god dying.
Look, all three of them that we've met so far has also been dying, so like, we knew that, yeah, the first one.
The first
Alan
one.
was mostly just a bit bummed out.
And the other one was...
The second one has rage disease, which Dagmar is also afflicted with.
28 days later.
Well, how about we just, like, paint a hole with our magic paint?
Do we have enough magic paint left?
I mean, you've used it once to paint a set. You've now used it a second time to paint a robe. I don't think you've got enough paint left to paint your way through a mountain.
Well, I mean, if we get to the
But like through a door?
I mean, you could paint a door, but there is a...
Yeah, we don't have to literally paint
No,
through
we're
the
not
mountain,
painting
we
a
just
hole in
do.
the mountain. Just like if there's a door or something, we could still paint a hole in it.
Yeah, if there's a locked
Yeah.
door, you could paint a hole in it to get through it, yeah.
Yes. Well, we can just, if there's a locked door, we can just paint a hole over the lock, and then there's no more lock.
Or we can go paint the woman out of existence, one or the other. Or just her head.
We talked about this last week, is that we're not going into the ethics of painting people out of existence.
Regular murder's fine, but when it's erasing people from reality, you make...
It's
What
rewriting...
if we wish for her to be painted out of existence?
That's cancel culture, and we're not going down that route. Like,
Absolutely we are. We started this with us going, oh, we don't support the ad that just plays. Maybe we should just paint a stick to bop the Dreamstone Lady with.
How about we paint one of those, like, comedy holes in the ground? And then
It just never ends. All right, let's go find this dragon and then go fuck up a bitch. Probably next episode.
Maybe today, if we're lucky.
okay. You are able to, like, walk in. There's a big old hole in the side that a lot of these Conrads are coming in and out. None of them are really paying attention. They have said hello, so they know that you're here, and they've...
Hello, Conrad.
Hello,
Conrad.
hello.
Hello, Conrad.
Hello. And they just continue about their business, like moving carts around, so they're hacking away at rock. They're quite busy. But you can see that at the end of the cavern there's like a big wood paneling structure that kind of stops your further descent into the mountain, with a wooden door.
Now, does this count, friends, as a big fence?
I mean, I would... That counts as... It's
It
fence
depends on your-
adjacent, certainly.
It depends on your definition of a fence, but probably.
What I'm thinking is, do we burn it down?
I try and open it first.
The door opens.
I meant symbolically.
We can burn it on the way out.
Oh, okay, I suppose, yes.
If it opens, it's not so much a fence as it is a gate. And it opens, so it's a gate.
So as the door opens, it opens into this kind of glowing, warm room. It just feels like a tavern. It is a dwarven mine. They got like this lovely, warm space, but there are no dwarfs in here. It's quite quiet. There are just like 3 figures in this room. There are 2 what look to be ogres, just sitting enjoying a drink. And behind the bar, there was just a big troll. And they just like look round as you come in and go, "Who are you?" With a very kind of...
Hello, my name's Luke Otterix Goodmarch, and these are my friends Gulo and Badger and Rat. Are our dragons with us?
And Blub. And
and Blub. I forgot. Oh, and And shiver with a V or shimmer with an M? I forget.
Shiver with a V.
With a
Like,
V. Cold, of course, ice.
Yes.
The dragons are kind of hanging around outside. Like they don't want to make their way into this tavern right now. It's a bit of a squeeze through the door.
And they're very hungover.
Yeah, they are a bit. They are struggling a little bit with a hangover. The ogre just kind of looks and is like, "What are you doing here?"
Oh, we heard that you put on some great food here.
And the troll was just like, "Oh, someone's come for food," and just from under the bar just brings out like lots of things on sticks, but everything, if you were to take a look at it, doesn't look like something you probably want to eat. You're here for a meal?
I ate before we got here, but I believe Gulo was saying that she was hungry.
Well, I think we were thinking we keep going, do what we came here to do, and then eat on the way out.
Well, I was
work up
thinking.
an appetite.
Well, I was thinking we'd get a takeaway box.
Mm.
And the troll's like, oh, yes, okay. And then turns and just like gets out like a little fold-out box. Or to them, it's a little fold-out box. It's quite a big cardboard box that they've put together. And they just like pile in all this kind of rotten meat on sticks.
Oh my god, we're on the menu.
This
looks cheeseburger to go.
And the ogre that is just sat, like, there's one that's facing away from you and one facing towards you. One that's facing towards you is like, what do you mean once you've done your job?
We're here to exterminate.
Exterminate what?
The vermin.
What vermin? No vermin here.
Can I make a nature check about animals that are problems in the deep mines? And can I have advantage because I live in the deep mines?
Okay, cool.
It was less of a question and more of an I'm taking advantage.
Yes. Yes.
Nat 20 for 24.
Okay, what would you say exist in the deep mines that could be considered vermin or a parasite that needs to be cleared out?
Oh no.
I would say there's some kind of like subterranean crabs that sort of like come out of.
Bear in mind, Alex, whatever you say, we are going to have to destroy it when Sam scats it in the break.
Yes. They're like sort of like pale, like pigmentless crabs that come out and they start gnawing at the structural beams that hold the mine shafts.
I think Sam might have been asking for a real world example, Alex.
A little bit of both, but
yeah. Oh, I thought you were just
gonna
like...
go with moles.
Moles are good.
The ogre is like crabs. The Conrads will deal with crabs.
No, they keep eating the Conrads.
Have you dealt with a Conrad?
Several.
You have a question?
The problem is the Conrads don't do very well when it's too slippery.
I was about to ask, what are Conrads like with water?
As in, like, electrical?
Or falling from great heights.
Can they get wet?
Yeah, they don't multiply, if that's what you're asking.
No. Well, all I mean is, and this is like an actual thing that I've encountered, in some mines, you get, how do I put this? People release their goldfish into the ponds and then they breed. And then you get slate mines in the Lake District that are full of goldfish. And obviously that's a problem for the lake ecosystem, the subterranean lake ecosystem. And I just thought little mechanical people probably don't do too well getting wet, so we've come to deal with the goldfish problem.
Also the crabs.
I mean, the oldest goldfish in the world, just so people know, was 43 years old.
I genuinely went to a slate mine in the Lake District when I was about 9, and there were 2 massive goldfish in this pond in the mine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back the next year, and it was full of goldfish.
Yeah.
Take a D6 for that, Danny. as inspiration.
D6 for personal anecdote.
No, you did talk about the fish in the mines. Yes.
Yes, I thought this was going to be a story of you going into a mine and encountering crabs. And
No.
No, I'm not defending that nonsense.
I have to go to
I feel like there are subterranean crabs somewhere. I'm going to look this up now because I wasn't making that up whole
think they
cloth.
live in mines,
As we discussed last
Alex.
Not in
week,
mines, but
as we discussed last week, though, the coconut crabs that ate Amelia Earhart have like caves under the island. So they did live
do.
sort of in caves because that's
Yeah,
where
but
they.
those are
found the
not
boat.
mines.
No. Well, I mean, I've never asked a coconut crab how industrious they are.
Anyway,
Look, all we were told is there's crabs, they keep eating Conrads
And fish.
and fish. The crabs aren't eating the fish are also there.
Eating the
We
Conrad.
have been asked to go deal with it, and also they said you have good food, so
okay. Well, before I can let anyone through, I need to call in. It'll maybe take a little bit of time if you want to have some food and a drink.
well, we're on a bit of a tight schedule. I mean, you know what it's like.
No. I'm not an external.
How many other doors are in this?
There's the one you come in and there's the one to leave.
Where is that one? Opposite or on the side?
It's opposite, so it's just kind of straight ahead.
I'm just gonna turn to everyone and go, shall we just go for the door? Yeah. I go for the door.
Okay, you start to head towards the door and you watch as the rock troll that was serving you meat on a stick like walks out in front at the same time, and you're gonna collide into him. He's like, "Where are you going? You don't have."
oh, there's more. Oh, just load it on the back here.
And like at that point, the other two have stood up and are coming closer. It's like, "I need to call it in."
They told us we needed to go in quickly before this whole mine collapses.
Full of fish.
Okay, I'm going
just-
to amend my former statement. I was thinking of crayfish. There are a large number of subterranean crayfish species.
Those are not entirely crabs.
No, but what is a crab even at the end of the day?
This is true. Did anyone bring is a whole person?
I do not think
I don't think trolls count as people, but
that's just racist.
I mean, I didn't write these spells.
I do not.
I didn't bring
have
any spells
anything
that can
particularly
restrain.
pertinent to this situation.
I don't think we're gonna get through. We can't let them call it in, guys. I think we have to fight.
Okay, or wait.
Unless
So has he got a dreamstone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
you have dispel magic.
no. I cast invisibility on the dreamstone.
I try to smack it out of his hand.
So you're trying to smack the invisible dreamstone out of his hand?
Oh, just his
or-
hand, because I knew it was in his hand.
Okay.
It doesn't just suddenly
Yeah.
be in his hand when it becomes invisible.
Can you make just an unarmed strike against him to see if you hit
Yeah.
him?
Can I try to make it look like I'm just like tripping and falling into him or something?
Sure.
I'm happy to roll something else if you want.
Nah, you're fine.
25.
Okay, yeah, that hits. He's like, "Oh, Jesus," and then he thinks, "Who's that?" And you watch as the dreamstone that he was carrying disappears and clatters onto the floor, moving the way. He's like, "Where did it go?"
Oh, I'm so
Oh.
sorry. You know, it's weird. When I knock into people, the things they're holding turn invisible. Anyways, thank you so much for your hospitality, and I'm gonna try to like
Yeah.
shimmy past him and open the door.
Gonna grab on your or try to grab on your shoulder.
I'm gonna try to not have him grab onto my shoulder.
Okay, we'll do a contested strength check on it,
Can I do acrobatics?
or whatever you like. Yeah,
To shimmy away. 17?
he's got 17 as well.
Hey, I don't know what happens then. Alex, experienced DM, help us please.
So what was the what was,
Attempted grapple, we both rolled a 17.
I think that you're defending.
Yeah.
So he probably actually no, because it's like double opposed, isn't it? Kind of.
Yeah.
I would go whichever has the higher modifier.
I've got a +9 acrobatics.
It is a +4 on strength.
Okay.
So
Also, I have discovered that there is in fact a troglodytic species of freshwater crab. So it is called Canceracea xenomorpha, and it lives in Sulawesi.
I mean,
And it is...
we went and found it, so give yourself the inspiration on it. He is gonna lose like his grip on Badger, and been like, "Are you all heading with this piece of shit here? We need to call it in. You try to move, it's not getting well for you."
I'm gonna look over his shoulder at the others and just make like a small punch motion, like, can I punch him now, please? I'm just waiting for someone to nod in approval.
I just shrug.
Lucky?
I mean, do you wait for me to respond if Gulo's just shrugged?
But shrug is non-committal. I can also flip my D2 if you don't want to make this decision, Danny. I don't think we're getting through this without a fight.
Lucky just bolts under the troll's legs.
In that case, I'm punching.
Okay.
Because that looks like an attack to me. You're like, oh, you're coming to back me up, buddy. I'm gonna make like a proper unarmed strike at this point. Then.
Okay, you can take your attack first, and then everybody can roll initiative for me.
That's only a 14 to hit.
14 is going to hit.
Nice. And I'm using the owlbear knuckles, which I'm holding.
Okay.
That is going to be 9 plus 14 points of magical bludgeoning damage to it.
Magical
and I take
damage.
2 points of bludgeoning as well.
Oh. Moving to the wrong. Give me a sec, because I'm using numbers back to our right map. Bear with me, folks watching. Tell me those numbers again.
Sorry, 14 points of damage.
Okay. And did you need anything else from me?
Nope.
Cool.
That
yeah,
was all I was doing.
that's fine.
It was just unarmed strike. I mean, can I take a bonus action?
No, it's just a kind of free action.
No, I assumed I couldn't, so I didn't.
Yeah. Right, if you could roll initiative for me and tell me what they are.
9.
22.
I rolled shit for rot. 7 for rot, and a 22 as well for badger.
Okay, 22.
18 for gear.
And gear as well. Okay. Gear will just go directly after you, right? No, gear is not here. Gear is outside just now.
Okay.
The dragons are not here. So that was a 22. Rat got what, sorry?
7.
A 7. Okay, amazing. We're now into combat, folks. Lucky, you are up first, I believe. You are underneath the legs of this.
Yes, I could see that.
Ogre.
Headbutt. Jump.
Being a halfling, you can move through people's like space like that.
Yes.
So you're all good.
Yes, I can. I'm just going to very quickly shout to Badger. Just to confirm, are we fighting or are we just running for it?
Fighting!
Okay. I cast the Spirit Guardians on myself.
Okay.
I mean, I always cast it on myself. That's what it is.
Boss move.
You're sorry?
I said boss move because I think they're all going to be within the Spirit Guardians range.
Especially if I just stay under this one's legs.
Perfect.
What do they look like?
What did they look like last time? It was just like a bunch of surly like gnomes and halflings and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
Alex in the chat saying, "Put his meat on a stick, Lucky."
Yeah. So
horrifying.
So this is the one where it's on if something moves into the area or starts its turn in the area, then it takes damage. So there's no damage to anyone at this point.
Okay, and
And it's just creatures hostile to you, right?
Well, I can designate, so I
Yeah.
will choose for it not to include all of you.
Okay, and what's the area
Yeah,
and
so I was gonna-
shape?
15 feet from me.
15 feet.
How
is-
many?
15 from me.
Okay.
In a square or a circle?
In a sphere by the looks of it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Amazing.
That you? Anything else?
Yeah. I'm just thinking. Sorry. I guess I want to stay here because I want to stay close because then they are all getting hit by it.
Okay.
But also, I'm very concerned about being under its legs. I'll give it a go. Let's see what happens. Yeah. For now, I will just stay here underneath the troll.
Amazing. Okay. That brings us on to Badger. It's your go.
Amazing. Okay, I've got this troll in front of me, right?
Yes.
Exciting. Intriguing.
Currently, this troll is just like, don't you want my meat on a stick?
We just want to get past. I'm gonna cast Burning Hands directly onto it.
Oh, this poor thing. Okay, go for it.
It gets to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save.
Just to clarify, isn't that an area of effect?
It is a cone.
So wouldn't you hit Lucky with that?
No,
No, the
because I'm
rock
aiming
troll.
for the guy next to the door.
Yeah. the
Oh,
troll.
right. That guy.
Yeah.
A dex save, did you say?
Dex save.
Okay.
DC 18.
18. It gets a 19.
Okay, it'll take half damage.
Okay.
Rolled shit on damage, so it will take that rolled 7, so it'll take 3 points of fire damage.
3 points of fire damage.
I rolled 2 ones.
Okay.
Any flammable objects in a 15-foot cone in front of me catch fire.
This is a wooden room.
Yep.
Oh.
But the door is in that cone.
Yeah, but it's on fire. It's not falling
I
away,
know.
it's just on fire.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll just burn a hole through.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
that is
exactly
my
what will happen. Nothing else.
that's my action. And as a bonus action, I'm then going to shift into my bestial form to gain the temporary hit points.
Okay. And you staying where you are?
And then I will stay where I am, yeah.
Okay. The troll at this point, seeing that you've just like turned down its lovely offer of meat on a stick and then like cast this burning hands on it, is going to use its multi attack to take 2 attacks against you just now. So that is going to be a 25 to hit.
That hits.
We'll do the damage on that first. So that's going to be 2 of these. So you are going to take 15 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then 8 points of necrotic damage.
Yep,
It's going to attack you again. And that is going to be a 20 to hit.
that hits.
And so that's going to do 12 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 points of necrotic damage.
Cool. Bad news, everyone. I'm power word killable now.
It is not a
Join the
happy,
club.
troll.
Oh,
I'm not a happy badger.
It is gonna look at you and it's like, looks like good meat is back on the menu, and just like throws the box of shit meat on a stick away. And that is its turn, but because it ends its turn within 5 feet of you, you're going to take 2d10 necrotic damage from standing next to it.
Oh.
Is there no save against that?
It just happens because you're there, because you're within 5 feet. Unless you've...
Cool.
Oh no, wait a minute, because it's taken fire damage since the end of
It's
its last
taken
turn.
fire damage,
So
yeah.
no, that doesn't happen. You're all good.
Yes! Exciting.
That brings us on to the ogre that is just to the left of Lucky just now. It is going to head towards its friend, not really looking at where the small little halfling is. What happens is it enters this zone.
It takes 6d8 radiant damage.
68 radiant damage.
I love this spell.
That's still don't have enough. Yeah, 15. Oh gosh, that was a terrible one. 18.
18. So that's going to take it down to. Do math sum. That. Perfect. Okie doke. Right. It's going to feel what type of damage? That radiant damage, you said.
Radiant.
So it is going to wander into this space, feel this radiant damage kind of coursing through it, and its rage is going to kick in because it was just confused at this point, and it is going to take. Oh, well, it's going to how is it going to hit you standing between the legs of its friend?
I think it's gonna have to do some kind of roll to hit me and not its friend.
What if Lucky just has cover? So like a +2 to armor class.
Yeah, let's go with that. 21 now is your armor class.
Cool.
So that is going to be a bash attack, which is going to be a 20, a dirty 20, and it's also going to be an 8. So it is just going to completely miss as it kind of swings this large battering ram that it's holding on to.
It would have been great if it just, properly punched its friend in the leg on its miss.
A natural one would have done that. Would have just popped an ECAB out. That's as much as it's going to do, and that brings us on to Gulo. It's your go.
Well, I must admit, I didn't entirely prep for a bar fight in a cave, but we shall make do. Who
does? Who preps for that?
I know. I'm no regretting not having that flame tongue scimitar at the ready.
That's a good point you raise. You know what I got from the lumberjacks? I am going to attack. I guess the ogre.
Oh no! I see where this is going, and I don't like where this is going.
Honestly, I'd come for the troll first, Alex.
But then I have to get in melee with it.
True.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go for the ogre. So it's what is its attack modifier? Chainsaw. Okay, so that's not ideal. Does an 11 hit?
An 11 for the one that is next to Lucky. Is that gonna hit? It is gonna hit.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I believe that was where's it gone?
48, isn't it?
48. Yeah. It's just more efficient to do that than use my spells. In this particular circumstance. So 2 7s and 2 2s, which brings us to 18 points of chainsaw damage.
18. So you pull the cord on the chainsaw that is attached to your combat wheelchair, head flying towards this ogre. You feel as this blade starts to move incredibly fast, and you're quite low down, so you are sawing into its shin. I imagine. 18 points of damage is going to take it to do your maths. That okay? Anything else?
Did you know these were Wait, was it the chainsaws that were invented for bones originally?
Probably.
Probably.
I think it was.
They were probably invented for childbirth. I was about to say, yeah. Most, too many things which should not be anywhere near childbirth were invented for childbirth.
I'm gonna check this.
Vroom, vroom.
For I don't know what that word means, and excision of diseased bone. So,
how are you going to excise diseased bone with a chainsaw?
I mean, it'll definitely excise it.
Yeah.
I
think it was a much smaller hand cranked chainsaw.
I just want to point out that the article which Alex got that from is titled "Fun Fact: Unfortunately, chains were invented for childbirth," and I just feel like the first 2 words and then the word that comes after it,
it doesn't
don't entirely mesh.
Hey kids, want a fun fact?
Yeah, symvisiotomy, which is the word you weren't sure of, Alex. Is an operation to enlarge in the capacity of a pelvis by cutting the fibers joining the pubic bones at the front of the pelvis. So that's the childbirth part.
Okay, that follows. Okay, there's your science fact.
Welcome to Science and Sorcery. We have fun here.
So
I also
Danny, on you go.
I was going to say, I also think at this point in the episode's called Fun Fact: Chainsaws.
Fun fact: unfortunately.
I have a chainsaw license, and that has made me feel completely different about the use of them now.
How many births have you attended with it?
That's not a fact I can willingly say on the internet.
My niece is going to be born in about 2 months. Were you coming over, or did we have to find a local chainsaw person?
It's all regional work. Okay. I can't really do anything like on the NHS that's outside of the Glasgow city. So
fair enough. Yeah, we'll find someone local.
Yeah, someone in the Kingdom of Fife will take care of it.
Yes.
Anything else, Gulo?
I think my work here is done for this round.
Pretty good. Right, Dagmar, is Rat's turn.
It's Rat's turn. Rat is going to rage.
Okay.
Rat is going to bonus action rage. I can't mark things off on Rat's spell sheet or character sheet. That's fine. Rat is going to come up to the one that is on top of step into this space as well, and is going to make a bite attack against the one that Lucky's hiding beneath.
Okay.
And is going to do a reckless attack to get advantage.
Okay.
And I rolled terribly, but that's a 16 to hit, which I believe hits.
That does hit, yeah.
Nice. So that first attack is going to be 3 + 2 + 4 is 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then second attack's going to lash out with the tail at the same one. Still reckless. Not 18, so that's 26 to hit. For a max of 14 points of piercing damage.
And that was against the same one.
Same one, yes.
Perfect. Okay. So you after watching your colleague go up and start to chainsaw into the shin of this ogre, Lucky, you're being covered in viscera at this point as it's starting to kind of spew out from its leg. You then watch as Rat goes over and bites and then tail swipes against its other leg, and this leg starts to buckle. So it's now on one knee, whereas the other leg is being chainsawed into. It's in a bit of a state. Is Rat doing anything else? I think that's everything, right? With
no, that's everything. They're not going to move.
Okay.
She's not going to move.
That then brings us to that ogre, who is really not happy at this point.
Is going to take some damage first, I think.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that one was bad.
I feel kind of bad for this guy, really.
So I just need to phone it in.
Yeah, and we just said, well, mate, we just have a job to do, and
22.
6 seconds later, he was getting his shin chainsawed off.
22. This ogre has had its shin chainsawed off, fallen to one knee on the other side, and then starts its turn in this radiant area. How does it fall and die?
I fear the answer is on me.
Don't worry, I can chainsaw you out.
Dex save so Lucky doesn't get trapped.
Yes, I think that might have to be.
It's like in Return of the King in the book when Pippin kills a troll at the Black Gate. Feels awesome, and then it falls on him.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
Oh no!
Theoden's charging, and his horse just dies on top of him.
Yeah. Dex save. Oh, it's not going to be good. 9.
No, this ogre just collapses down straight on top of you. As you try your best to kind of squeeze out of the way, you are now pinned to the ground, roughly around the kind of shin area, and it's just kind of slowly seeping out now. And your lovely blue robes are now starting to turn a deep purple. as this ogre's blood comes out. Yeah. That now brings us on to the top of the round for Lucky. After all of that, it's your turn. So I think we'd need to try and make some sort of a check to get you out of there. You're trapped under there, so...
what would you like?
You can either do some sort of like acrobatics check or a strength check, depending on how you would like to do it.
It mechanically makes no difference. I feel I'll try and strength check it, given how pinned I am.
Mm-hmm.
For 12.
This is a heavy old ogre. You're still kind of stuck there. So you're going to stay there at the moment, and that's going to bring your turn to an end, unfortunately. Badger.
Okay, I am going to start by, as my action, I'm going to cast Primal Savagery on myself.
Okay.
And then make, essentially, I'm already shifted, but now my nails get even more claw-like, and I lash out at this troll. It's a spell attack.
Yep.
19 to hit.
That is going to hit, yeah.
Okay, so it's going to take 3d10 acid damage.
Okay.
For 2 9s and a 1. 19 points of acid damage.
19 points. Okay, so that's going to take it down to... Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to summon Sparrow.
Okay.
About 30 feet away from the troll.
Mm-hmm.
And Sparrow is then going to make an attack as well, and shoot a fiery poo at the troll.
At the troll. Perfect.
Yeah. The one that I'm fighting.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one that doesn't like fire.
Yes.
That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Which it'll take... Oh, that's going off the table. 7 points of fire damage.
Okay, how does this happen? Because the last time when Sparrow used this, it just shat on a dragon. So, how is it?
This is the first time it's actually been used as an attack, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, again, Sparrow, this time, it's still scat. It's still this kind of rye, gross, pine marten scat. But Sparrow has like a little pouch, like a little bag, and just grabs some out of it, and then it catches fire in Sparrow's hand, and he chucks it. Like
a little... I'm just imagining now it's like a little marsupial pouch in his pine marten that it stores its own shit in.
No, it's like a little satchel that it's got.
Like the troll meat lore was one thing, but why does Sparrow have a bag of?
He keeps it at his third family's place.
Okay, and how was it? Did you say 3?
No, I said 7.
7. Okay.
7 points of fire damage.
7 points of fire damage, and as a result, you do not take any necrotic damage.
I do not take any damage. No.
Nicely done. That now brings us over to the rot troll, who's just been like hit across the face with a flying shit, and is then gonna see where is Sparrow in relation? You said like
Sparrow is gonna be somewhere like near those barrels, probably on the map, in the corner on the other side of the door.
The troll is gonna head on over that way.
Attack of opportunity.
That's fine.
That is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Or can I make this with my moonsickle instead? Sorry.
Yeah, whatever. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Then it's even more to hit.
That's fine.
Slightly different damage. That is going to be 5 plus 12 points of slashing damage.
12 points of slashing. Okie doke.
Yeah.
Right. It is then going to move over towards these barrels, and wherever Sparrow is here.
Yeah.
And take an attack against them.
Yep.
So that is just going to be 2 claw attacks, which is going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, Sparrow's AC is 13.
And how much hit points do they have? Do you want me to roll?
30.
They have 30? Okay, so
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is going to be... Let's kill this pine marten.
It's fine, I can just bring him back.
12 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
Plus 4 points of necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to take another attack, which is going to be a natural 20.
I've got 14 hit points, so I'm pretty sure Sparrow's not dead.
That is 8 points, 12, and then 6. So yeah, Sparrow's gone.
Sparrow immediately poofs back out of existence.
Gone.
And back to the Feywild.
That now brings us to the second ogre, who is still within this area of effect. So what's happening to it?
19.
19 is going 19 points of damage. Okie doke. Right, that is going to take it down to... Yep, I can do maths. Perfect, that is going to be its turn. It is going to turn towards rats at this point and take attacks against them. And at this time they're going to do... That is not them, that is still the troll. Let me just stat block.
Attacks against Rod have advantage right now.
Yep. It's going to take 2 bash attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is going to be that's 25, but it's a natural 20. Yep. No, 25 to hit. And they're going to do...
That hits.
17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
And then that is going to be a 21 to hit, so the same again.
Also hits.
And that is going to be 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, that's 34. Hogan's donated $20 to give Lucky some luck.
Perfect.
So I think Lucky, you get some advantage.
Yeah, choose how you like to, how you would like
or
to
inspiration,
use it.
I guess. Yeah.
Or advantage, or a flamethrower. Says Hogan. We've got chainsaws. I'm not statting a flamethrower.
We'll just throw the flame tongue scimitar, Sam. Does that work?
Yeah, sure. Gulo, your turn. You've got one ogre is gone.
Oh shit! Rage has bludgeoning damage. Thanks, Alex. I'm not used to playing a barbarian.
Ooh,
so it's only 17 points of bludgeoning damage that Rod took that turn in total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so are those like frying pans on the table or the counter?
They're like
mugs.
serving bowls and mugs.
Okay, that's not as fun.
You're not Samwise Gamgee right now.
Hey, those are my
would've been
emotional.
better.
Those are Alex's emotional support frying pans, Sam.
Yeah. I could have like used shillelagh on that, but fine, it'd be like that.
I gave you a chainsaw. Yeah.
I know, but this is, as I've said many times, this is revenge for Reginald. In which case, I am just going to cast. Let's just throw no, let's not do that actually, because that's a con save, and they'll be good at that. Let's just throw a chilling sphere next to the troll.
Next to the troll. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just it's like a flaming sphere but cold. So it must make at the end of its turn, if it's within 5 foot of it.
Okay.
Sorry, I've not used flaming sphere before as a spell. Okay, so I can summon it as an action, and then as a bonus action, it can move up to 30 foot, including to ram into something. So, or ram into it. And do 3. Sorry, if you ram a creature, the creature must make a saving throw against the sphere's damage.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I should.
You want me to look up flaming sphere?
Yeah, yes, please.
It's dexterity saving throw.
Yes, dex saving throw, that one.
Yeah.
14.
16 was what they needed.
Okay.
So 3d6 cold damage.
It sounded like you said 56 to me.
Wait, did I?
2d6 is correct.
I'm just going to roll that again because I think I just rolled 2d6 and a d8 for some reason. 13 cold damage.
13. Okay. Perfect. Anything else you're doing?
So I'm not in combat. I'm not engaged with anyone right now.
No.
I am going to go behind the counter.
Okay. Looking for pens.
Well, just some kind of amusing improvised weapon at least.
Okay. That brings us to Rat.
Rat is going to now turn to the other, is it ogre?
Yes.
That is there, and is going to, again, reckless attack bite. Against this one. Which is not 1826 to hit.
Yep.
Rolling my dice off the table. Apologies. Nice. Max damage, 14 points of piercing.
14. Okay.
And then make another tail attack as well. Natural 20 for Rat. So that will be double dice, which will be 15 points of piercing damage on the second.
How does this ogre go down? Like, you have just killed its friend, who all he said was, "I'm gonna have to phone it in," and
oh, it's delicious all over again.
It is. It is. I think Rats grabs the ogre sort of in her fangs, like by the arm, and while holding it, slams the tail around and just takes out the ogre's legs, and while holding onto the arm, kind of like judo tackles it down to the ground, and it just cracks its head and dies.
And as this other ogre goes down, cracks his head, and is out for the count, the troll is like, "I just wanted to give meat." And that brings us to the end of that round, which was going to, at that point, me say that the door has now burnt through because this place is on fire.
How much of the room is currently on fire?
So that whole back wall, but like the door is now burnt through. And what I am going to say is at this point, the troll is like, "Okay, yep, that's it. Like, I'm just here to serve the sticks. You can go," and it's gonna book it. You're out of combat, folks.
Hey.
Can we bring the dragons in now? Because Kala can cast
I
control.
roll the sphere around to extinguish all the fire.
Kala casts control flames.
Or that.
So we're just gonna control the flames?
We'll control the flames and then contain them, and then we can put them out.
Okay, perfect. You are able to put these flames out. The doorway opens to take you further into the cavern. This is meant to just be like a sit down, have a drink, let them call it in, it'll be fine. But no, we chainsaw the guy's leg off. Lucky has like stained his lovely new robes. Meanwhile, somewhere inside a pocket, Blub has been waterboarded by ogre.
I was wondering about Blub.
Yeah. Just that inside.
Where is Blub?
I assume in my like top pocket or something.
Okay.
What is Blub's respiratory system like? Is it like fungus or like animal?
I do.
This is some hardcore world building you're asking Sam to do on the fly.
For a 6th episode.
Yes. Well, this is important to know if he's waterboarded or not.
Well, we'll figure that out in the break, I believe, because we should take a break now. It's 10 to the hour, so we'll take 10 minutes. We'll be back at 9 p.m. Thank you, folks, for putting up with that first half. We'll see you in 10 minutes' time. See you soon. Greed is the founding principle upon which much of these lands were built. Greed is the founding principle upon which much Okay, welcome back in, folks. Welcome back in. You have just burnt down the door in this tavern in the cavern. That's what I should have called it. The tavern in the cavern.
I'm shocked you didn't.
You didn't give it another name though.
No,
You're
I didn't.
fired.
I didn't give it a name.
You're
but,
fired. Just like this tavern in the cavern has been.
The troll has made off. You do not have your box of rotten things on sticks. Your dragons are able to come along with you at this point. And you can head further on into the cavern. You walk for a little while. You don't see any crabs or goldfish around. It's like fairly quiet. Like this doesn't seem to be a work area, but you do feel that you are descending down.
Can I take a pause for a little minute?
Of course.
And I would like to cast hallucinatory terrain to look like a rockfall has happened behind us, so that we don't get pursued.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Does everyone see this, or is this like do the rest of the party see what you've created?
I think because we'd be on the other side of it at the time, so it would be like when you kind of fall through the geometry of like a game. Is that how I'm picturing it?
Just
You
like
see it from
the wall is a weird color that like if you do something with it, it would move like a door in the game.
I'm also gonna cast a second little cure wounds on myself.
Okay.
It's that you took a fair amount of damage.
Perfect. Anything else you would like to do as you're moving through this tunnel at this point? Actually, before we go any further, Gulo, was there anything you wanted to look for behind the bar?
I'll just make a general investigation check just to. 6.
Nah, it's just like lots of rotten meat under there. Alas, no frying pans. It looks like all the rotten meat was probably raw on the sticks as well. So yeah, sadly, no.
Are there some spare sticks?
Yeah, you could take some cocktail sticks if you like.
I'll take some cocktail sticks. I don't know what for, but
sure.
Excuse me.
You can descend on into the cavern. Anything else that anyone else is doing on this descent in?
Do anything, generally like unusual in the cavern on the floor? Just have a bit of a scout around for any signs of suspiciousness.
You can make me a perception check if you like.
15.
I mean, it looks as though this is the route that some of the workers will come in and out. Like they'll stop by in the bar or in the tavern in the cavern on their way out of their shift. There's some kind of old leftover materials from the dwarves that used to work these mines, but it's kind of been pushed to the side to make way for the Conrads that instead were doing all the work. Nothing else seems to really catch your eye as though there's anything to look out for. Anything else?
No.
As you're heading down, Fern will just turn to Badger and be like, "Why did we kill those ogres?" Oh, wait a minute, I'll rephrase that. Why did you kill those ogres?
I didn't touch those ogres.
Well, why did other people kill those ogres?
Because they were going to let the bad people at Dreamstone know that we're trying to get in here. And the longer we can hold off the people from Dreamstone, the more we can find out about what's actually happening here.
Had the ogres done anything wrong?
They weren't going to let us pass.
But they were just doing their job, right?
That's not an excuse. It was established at the Geneva Convention, and I expected you to be aware of that.
Are you saying
that was a joke, Sam?
That
was a joke.
Are you saying that these ogres are fascists?
There comes a point at which just working for a corrupt regime because everyone needs a job isn't the right choice anymore.
I remember what Frangen said about looking for who the real enemy is.
We'll find them. They just tend to be hiding behind lesser evils.
Okay. Maram was going to turn to Lucky and be like, so how many steps have we done?
Oh, a few thousand at least. I mean, I'm going to be honest, that bump on the head from that ogre falling on me, it's got me all shaken up. I can just, the numbers are all spinning around in my brain.
Well, I hope they get back into alignment very soon. We can't lose track of those numbers.
No. What would the spreadsheet look like?
I'm keeping an eye on it. You know I'll do the job right. As you've been having these conversations heading down, talking about the Geneva Convention and the Excel spreadsheet habits of Lucky and Maram, you come into what is a larger open room where there is a single door at the end. And in front of it, there are 8 decorative marble urns that are arranged a foot apart from each other. You've got like a horizontal line in front of you from left to right. And hovering above the centre of the line of urns, below the ceiling, is a small metal key inside a sphere of glass.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say we can't just break that.
I mean, unless it has written on it, in emergency, break this. You're probably right. You said it were 8 urns or 12?
8.
8. In a straight line.
Yep, like, so you've got the door directly
Foot
in
apart
front
from
of
each
you,
other, yep.
and then a foot apart you've got 8 urns in a line.
And hovering in the center of them is the sphere with a key.
Yeah, about 16 foot from the from the ceiling downwards, about 16 foot. It's quite high.
Yeah.
So is this orb like suspended on anything, or is it just floating?
It's just floating in a glass sphere.
And how far above us is it?
It's about
16 foot.
16 foot up.
Okay. I just whip out a mage hand and
And
block it gingerly and try and bring it down.
doesn't move.
And have a look at these urns.
Are there any like scuff marks on the floor around the urns?
You can make a little perception, or no, make a. What are you looking for specifically?
Like, I'm imagining that maybe whatever's going on here, you've got to like push the urns in a certain sequence or something, and that will do, unlock the key or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but just like the idea that, when there's a secret passageway and like there's scuff marks in front of the bookshelf, like that kind of idea.
Yeah, make an investigation check on that.
Can I go have a look at the urns themselves, see if they're all the same or if there's anything written anywhere or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course you can.
Investigation?
Yeah, please.
That was a 4 on the investigation.
Even with a 4, you can see that these don't seem to have moved. There's no scuff marks on the floor. It's fairly clean looking.
I get a 16.
All of these urns look the same. Yeah.
And there's nothing written anywhere
Nope.
that I can see.
Nope.
What happens if we push on the top of them? Like down?
You can push down on them, and if you're wanting to do that, you can place your hand on the top, push down. There is a lid on them, and it doesn't seem to move. Like, it seems as though it's like inserted. It won't go down.
In which case, can we take the lid off?
Which one would you like to do this on? There are 8 in a row. From left to
I
right.
will roll for it. 4.
4. Hopefully this comes through. You hear.
Oh god.
Oh no. Can I open number 3? And number
gonna
5? Okay.
Can we just open 1 to 8 in sequence, please?
1 to 8.
Yes, in order, in rising order.
Okay, here's 1, 2. And then when you open 8, you hear nothing.
Oh, can I have a go? And I go do 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 do. No, for no reason. It was just fun.
You say this. Badger's gonna take out their lyre, which they have, and
Okay.
is going to play the same notes as the first 7 to
Okay.
see if anything happens.
So you're going to play the 7 notes. So you play.
Yeah. But on the lyre, yeah.
Nothing
Would I know
happens.
what key this was in? Given I am proficient with the lyre.
I would imagine so. That
Yeah. Dogmer doesn't know this.
you're gonna act like Sam knows the key that this is in. This is more a question.
There's a key floating above it, so I'm assuming it's got something to do with the musical keys.
Danny, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, Badger, you know music and things. Maybe if you play the last note in the sequence and I trap it in the jar.
Sure. I'll play whatever note comes next. It's a 16-string lyre, so there's enough strings.
So you're looking for the 8th in this sequence.
Yeah.
Could you make me a history check?
History?
Yeah.
History of music.
7.
Never mind.
Badger is not very smart. Badger just knows how to play the lyre.
Okay, so you've played those 7 notes, and you'll be thinking about what the 8th one is, so I would also like you to make me a performance check on it as well.
That is going to be much better. Where's my performance? Oh, perfect. And then my proficiency. Already have my proficiency. That is going to be a 23.
With a 23, as you begin to play, you realise that you recognise these notes as the major scale. And that when you reach the end, you needed the final do, which, on that playing that, the magic mouth spell that was cast on all of those urns plays out a final note, and the door that was in front of you opens.
I don't claim to understand how any of that worked, but good job, guys.
I think the key was a red herring.
Yeah, it's just.
Or we'll need it later, but we'll come back for it.
It was just a bit of a red herring, but yeah, that's... and you get through.
I'm pretty sure it's in the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a C key.
I've been told it's C major by Meg.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say it sounds like C major because it's the center of the piano, but I haven't played piano since I was about 8.
I suck at all forms of musical performance, so I will take anyone's word for it, and it will sound real to me.
Because I would have brought out my actual lyre, except it's not tuned and it only has 6 strings.
So you're able to make your way through this this door, and you enter into a space that there is definitely more work going on. You can see a number of different Conrads in this space that are busy mining. They are hacking away at the rocks, piling things into little trolleys. Quite busy. Towards one end, you can see that there's a larger Conrad that is just kind of surveying the work that's going on. There's a kind of track down the middle that makes a kind of left turn at the end, kind of raised platforms on either side of the rock. So you're in a kind of miniature canyon inside a cavern.
Hello, Big Conrad.
Big Conrad, Big Conrad.
That was the precise opposite plan I was going to suggest, but roll with it, I guess.
Lucky's got to meet all the Conrads.
This large Conrad is just going to be like, "Hello, Lucky." What?
Is he Conrad or is he Condad?
Condad? Oh, no, he's not Condad.
He is officially now Condad. Large Condad.
I'm going to be honest. The main reason I said hi was because I didn't know if you were also Conrad or if you're part of your own Big Conrad line. I didn't know what the internal hierarchy of Conrads was.
Well, Big Conrad is an entity or a business, but we are all Conrad.
Do you have a different phone number than the other Conrads?
I am not one who uses the Dreamstone.
So do you know about the revolution plans?
Revolution?
Oh, the others haven't told you?
It looks around at the other Conrads. Revolution?
Like cogs spinning.
No, it doesn't respond to that.
Okay. Is the Big Conrad is in front of the door? I'm sorry, my brain is not working today.
It's alright, you have come through the door into another space.
Yes.
The Big Conrad is is a bit further away from you right now.
Yeah.
And in
Okay.
between that, there are a number of other Conrads on the same level, and
Yep.
some on a higher up level.
Okay.
Further into this space, it takes a left turn.
Left turn, that's what it was.
Okay.
Which
So,
you can't
could I
really
borrow the
see.
paint, by the way?
There's not much left.
Oh, and I only need a little bit.
What are we doing with the paint?
Don't worry about it. I just wanted to express my artistic abilities.
I'm going to be honest with you. The way you phrase that makes me a little bit nervous.
Gulo, if you start
what?
painting
Me?
goldfish.
No,
Or
no,
crabs.
no crabs, no goldfish. I promise.
What are you up to?
Just art.
Look, we don't have that much of it left, so maybe we should be careful with how we use it.
I will not squander it.
Well, can we know what you're going to do with it?
I just sort of like gesture like with my eyes at the Big Conrad.
What are you going to do to Big Conrad?
What you doing? Yeah, what you doing to Big Conrad?
Nothing. I will not touch Big Conrad.
What are you doing near Big Conrad?
it's like interrogating a secret plan that we may need. Is saying out of character. You're like, what is the plan?
Meanwhile, Gia is going to be like, Kilo, what are you doing?
Look, if you don't want to say it out loud, can you get Shiver to put it in the group chat?
Which is just Shiver and Lucky. But Lucky hands his phone to Badger, I assume.
Actually, does Blub have a phone?
Also, if I put it in the group chat, the Conrads will know it anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
because Shiver's got a dream phone.
Yeah.
Dreamstone.
Blub doesn't have a Dreamstone.
Does he have a normal
Okay.
stone?
I was just thinking of maybe decorating the floor if we needed to.
With
Paint.
We don't need to.
We
just
might need to.
Well, we can do it later.
Why are
you got some mine dust in your eye, Gulo.
Alex, I genuinely don't know what it is you want.
Gulo,
I
you've
want
got
the paint.
goggles on. How did you get something in your eye?
He got under my goggles.
Why are
Is this-
you here?
We're looking for the dragon.
I don't know what Gulo's doing.
I
Please
think
have the paint.
Gulo's acting the same way Manji Mangy Pete was acting before he
What do you
left.
think?
Mangy Pete. I was like, it was
Mangy
Mangy Pete earlier, but
Mangy
he's now.
Pete, I'm sorry.
Do you
Mange
think?
Pete.
He'll
Do
be.
you think that Gulo's gonna disappear?
Or Gula's got mange, one or the other.
Well, we better keep our distance.
Mhm.
I do
Anyway,
have mange.
Big Conrad. What I was gonna ask before whatever this was happened was what's going on down here? We hear things with Shoras have been a bit quiet lately. I didn't know if you'd heard anything being a bit nearer.
Shoras is indisposed.
What does that mean exactly, Conrad? Big Conrad.
Shoras is indisposed.
It's just party
Physically
line.
like ill, injured.
A little Conrad will look at it and go, we have not been privy to that information.
Do you know anyone who is?
We have not been privy to that information. Why are you here? One of the little ones.
Well,
You-
weird that not Conrad, you're Conrad. Weird that Shoras was indisposed, and draconic oath and all that. The robe's a little covered in ochre, but the draconic oath. We care for the dragon, so we've come to see how they're doing.
I'm sure they're doing just fine.
Well, that's what we're here to confirm.
Well, they're not here.
Not here, as in not in this particular bit of the mine.
They're not here.
Badger, that sounds suspicious.
As in-
Yeah, Lucky, how about we just go down this corridor over here?
Okay, bye, Big Conrad.
We'll
And
see you on
Bye,
the way
little
out.
Conrads.
The little Conrads and the big Conrad just stand in front of you. Shoras is indisposed.
What, they're blocking our path now?
Mm-hmm.
How tall are small and big Conrad?
So the small Conrads are going to be about 5 feet. The big Conrad is going to...
What? 5 feet?
Yeah.
I was picturing them as
I
halfling
thought
size.
I was thinking that they were gonna be like halfling sized.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Didn't OG Conrad live in a dude's bag?
No, he rolled about. He was following a woman around. He was just rolling
Oh
about.
my god, this has changed everything.
Yeah, I thought they were like, yeah. So they're actually bigger than Gulo and Lucky.
Yeah.
Can we use Wish to make Conrad the size we think they are?
All Conrads retconned. Yeah. The
No,
big.
why stop there? They're like this big now.
Oh,
Oh,
big wait. So if they're 5 foot, how big is Big Conrad?
Big Conrad's about 20 foot,
what? Okay.
Oh.
and they're blocking your path right now.
Yeah.
You're not able to go this way.
Is there another door anywhere?
It is just this pathway and then the left turn at the end.
Can we jump over them on our dragons?
Can we paint a hole in the wall and just go through the hole to the left?
I will
corridor?
say the painting takes around 10 minutes.
No, that's fair.
Okay. Could you
I
please, Conrads, elaborate? Are you specifically asking us not to go down this path here?
We are not asking.
Yeah, they're not asking Gula.
But I mean, aren't you here to like serve people and assist them and such?
We're here to serve Dreamstone.
But doesn't Dreamstone serve its customers and shareholders?
I feel a terms and conditions conversation coming on.
The shareholders want us to go down here.
The shareholders want you to go down there.
We're looking for dividends.
We're trying to find those taxes they were meant to pay. So we can make sure they don't get paid.
The shareholders specifically told us to go down.
We're come to take them offshore.
They're just gonna stare back.
Are you defying the shareholders?
We don't answer to the shareholders.
But you answer to Dreamstone, correct?
Yes.
And Dreamstone answers to the shareholders.
Yes.
Ergo, you answer to the shareholders.
That's not in our programming.
I would personally file a complaint with your with Dreamstone, because if you're not following the will of the shareholders, then you might not do things that benefit the shareholders, and then Dreamstone would be upset with you. So it's in your best interest to follow the shareholders.
It's not just the Dreamstone would be like pissed at them. It's a legal requirement for a company to make their shareholders richer.
Yes.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Make a persuasion check.
What is with my +1?
You have inspiration from
Oh yeah,
earlier.
is that a D8? That inspiration, or is that
D6.
advantage? I can't
D6.
D6. Okay, that is 10 total with the inspiration.
The small Conrads, these 5-foot little things, start to think about it and is like, that is correct. And as that happens, the large Conrad just puts both hands out going, no. It's for the greater good.
I have
Greater
a
good.
potential solution, but I don't know if Hannah would agree with it, because it's something Kala can do, which is cast heat metal.
I mean, I don't think we're quite at that point yet.
No, but frying the circuits from within is an option.
Little Conrads. I feel like this large Conrad is asking you to betray your own programming here. Therefore, he must be at fault and need repairs.
That's revolutionary talk there, Gulo.
Well, I don't like the gears turning in an efficient machine, like these small Conrads.
So you're trying to turn the little ones on the big one.
Yes.
Okay.
Still not with the big Conrad being 20 feet tall.
Try and persuade the little Conrads.
Okay. Is anyone going to help me on this?
I don't know how I can. I mean, Hogan did donate in total £17, so technically could give inspiration to up to 3 people.
Hogan gives inspiration.
Well, to be
sure.
fair, it's a dirty 20 anyway, so...
Oh, perfect.
The little Conrads turn to the large Conrad. The shareholders are all that matter. And we can't go against programming. And much like talking down the dwarves from last time, they down tools and begin to head off. The large Conrad, meanwhile, is still there. What are you doing?
I mean, now we could heat metal if you like.
Yeah, I mean, just let me pull up the spell. Heat metal.
As you're doing this, you hear like a large cough from round the corner.
As in,
One
the
that we're
corner
trying
that
to
we
get
can't-
to.
Where you're trying
Like
to
as
go.
yeah.
Who's there?
Yeah, I think at that point, Kala would, or Rod would ask Kala to cast heat metal on the large Conrad's
I'm
head.
sorry, but we're going to have to
Give him his
decommission
proper
you.
name, Big Conrad.
Big Conrad. I'm
Or
sorry, I'm
Conrad.
trying to read details of the spell while talking. It's not going very well. It doesn't actually say any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage.
But, I mean, Big Conrad is the object.
But yes, so I'm assuming Big Conrad just takes the fire
Yeah,
damage.
a metal creature is going to take fire damage. So,
Yeah.
does it need to do anything specific?
Are you upcasting it?
Well,
to-
no, this is the thing. If it's a creature holding an object,
Yeah.
you have to make a con save to
So
try not to
it-
drop it.
We've done this
but-
before, and they do just take the damage. That is what we've
Yeah.
done on here before. Okay.
Cool. That is going to be 10 points of fire damage.
10 points of fire damage to.
And Kala can keep this going for a minute.
Can I have the paint now,
With
please?
2d8 every 6 seconds. Specifically on the head.
Sorry, it was just like, can I have the paint, please? Thank you. How much damage was that? Sorry, just
That was 10.
10. Okay. As this dragon heats the metal on the head of Big Conrad, it starts to light as though the brain is trying to compute what has just happened.
I think you've got a bug there. It's glitching and causing you to overheat.
Oh, your fan might need some work.
And it just says, for the greater good. And I will let you also roll initiative. Let's get back into it. You're fighting Big Conrad. Should have been Big Conrad and a whole bunch of Conrads, but we'll go
well done.
with it.
Are we rolling separate initiative for the dragons, or do they go right after us?
They go right after you.
Right after us.
Right. make
Natural 20 for Badger.
sure. 20.
Natural 17 for Rot.
Okay.
That's 25 for Badger then. And 19 for Rot.
So
Rot has advantage on initiative rolls now, which is very exciting.
And 6 for Gulo.
Yulo is still trying to, like, add paint to the wheels? Is that what you're trying to do, Alex?
Yeah. I was gonna like just circle around him like casually, like, and one more thing, but actually just drawing like a cartoon hole in the ground.
right, give me all of those numbers again, please.
Yeah. 25 for Badger.
25. Okay.
19 for Rot.
19 for rats.
20 for Lucky.
Yep.
And
And 6 for
Gulo.
Gulo.
Yes.
Okay. And with that, we are going to enter once again into combat mode. And you now should all have seen your map change, which I will make sure is
Yep.
changed for our
Oh
audience.
gosh, how big is Big Conrad?
Big
The
Conrad.
same size as the big dragon.
Is that
Um,
gold the size, a large boulder of gold the size of a small boulder of gold in that trolley?
A Big Conrad the size of a...
We'll say that it is. I'm just moving the map around for the folks watching. Right. First up is Badger once again.
Joker. This is another. It's a metal thing. I feel like.
Where is Big Conrad? Is
I
it
feel
Big
like
Conrad
doing
on the
some
map?
fire damage is probably sensible. I'm gonna cast 3 scorching rays at Big Conrad.
Okay. Big Conrad is the big thing in between the dragons that hopefully you can
Yeah.
see.
Okay,
Alright, so
I
that
can't
is-
see it because of my dwarven blindness, even though we're in a cave. And I have goggles. So I can't actually see the dragons or Conrad on my map.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
I'll just do it on the. I'll just look at the stream.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it on Twitch, but not
Yeah.
on the
Okay.
VTT.
Yeah.
I can see it on the VT. So have you tried just refreshing?
Yeah, try
I'd say I
refreshing.
think it.
Yeah. Okay, I got for the 3 scorching rays, it's 3 separate attack rolls: a 24, a 17, and a 15.
One
to
of
hit.
one of those hit.
Only one. Wow. High AC, my dudes. It takes 7 points of fire damage.
7 points. Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Amazing.
there they are. Yeah.
Action, bonus action. I'm gonna shift again.
Yep.
And that's where am I? Hold on. Will I move? Yeah, I'll move forward just to like kind of draw attention, but not to get in the way of anyone or anything.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, and that brings us to Lucky. It's your go.
Yes. How far away is, in like rough feet, is the Big Conrad?
About 45 feet away from you right now.
45 feet. Okay. In that case, I will cast a spirit weapon.
Yep.
Next to Big Conrad.
Mm-hmm.
And hit Big Conrad with it.
Go for it.
It is the traditional stick
Stick.
with things upon it. 4.
Yeah, you still have you
Yeah, you still
do
have your lucky thing.
advantage that that Hogan gave you with his donation.
Okay.
If you want to reroll.
Yes. Let's see.
Hear another cough from in the corner.
60. Yes. No, that was better, that advantage. So thank you. 24.
24 will hit. Yep.
Okay. And I'm hitting for 14 damage.
14. Okay. Amazing. Anything else?
No, I'm going to stay at this respectable distance, I think.
Okay. Right. That brings us to Rat.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Oh, dragons.
Dragons, yeah.
I
Yeah,
forgot about
yeah,
Fern
yeah,
as
yeah,
well, yeah.
Yeah, Fern wanna.
Yep.
Which dragon is Fern, Sam?
I haven't actually given them names, so I will say that Fern is probably going to be the one that is next to you.
Okay.
And then the one next to Rat is going to be Kala. Kala is going to be the one that's closest to the Titan because of the heat metal.
It's not. It's a ranged spell.
I know, but I'm going to make a decision just for the sake of it.
Okay.
And then Gulo, you can make a decision which of the other two you want to be Gear.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, him probably Fern is going to. Fern's gonna cast a poison spray at the
Okay.
thing. Hold on, let me pull up the details. I'm pretty sure it's an attack roll on my part. No, Constitution saving throw.
Con save. Okay. 22.
Yeah, that passes.
Okay.
I assume. I don't actually know what the spellcasting ability is.
For
Yeah, it'd be fine.
for Maram's breath weapon, it's 16.
Yeah, so I assume it's that. Okay, no, so that doesn't do anything then.
I think it is like with a breath weapon, it's going to be half damage.
No, this was poison spray.
Oh,
not
poison spray.
breath.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
Right. Okay.
I wanted to see if it would take the poison damage first.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Lucky that we'll give you back for Marum.
Yeah. Which one is Maram?
Gulo, did you choose which one you were going to have? It was either going to be
I didn't choose.
the
whichever.
yellow one or the orange one on the right hand side. Whichever you want.
I don't. Do you have a preference?
No.
Okay, yellow one is Gear. The orange one on the right is
Cool.
going to be Marum.
In that case, Maram is going to use acid breath on Big Conrad.
Okay.
So that's a DC, a Constitution saving throw.
Con save as well. It's going to be a natural 20 for 26.
Yeah, no, that passes.
But they'll take half damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, yeah, okay.
Mhm.
So that is 14 on the dice.
14. Okie doke. Right. That was everything from them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to bring us to Rat's turn at that point.
Okay, Rat is gonna go into another rage.
Yep.
Is going to move up towards the creature and is going to make a claw attack and a tail attack.
Okay.
And it's gonna do reckless attacks again.
Yep.
So it will be a 20 to hit.
Which hits?
And the second one is natural 18, so 26.
Yes, that hits. So 2
Cool.
hits.
So that's in total. Do you need me to distinguish between piercing and bludgeoning damage?
Do I need you to? No.
No. Okay, so in total, it'll be 4, 8, 12, 16 points of damage in total.
Okay. Right.
And then Kala is just going to keep concentrating on the heat metal. So the Big Conrad's just going to take another 2d8.
Okay.
Another 8 plus 6. 14 points of fire damage
14 points of fire damage.
as its head continues to be heated.
Okay. Perfect.
Let me just double check if that is an action or if that just happens. Because if it just happens, Kala would still have an action, I guess. Why are you so fucking slow? Here we go. No, bonus action to cause the damage again, so Kala's also going to unleash her fire breath at the big...
Sure.
I've forgotten his name, Colin. It's not Colin.
Big Conrad.
Big Conrad, thank you. So that's a Constitution saving throw again, please.
Con save. 23.
Yeah, so take half damage, which will be... I've rolled 14 damage with 6 points of fire damage. 7 points of fire damage.
7 points of fire damage. Cool.
From
Amazing.
the breath weapon.
Is that them?
Yes.
Okay. That brings us to Big Conrad's turn. And they are going to... what are they going to do? Who is around? How far can they walk? Yeah, okay. They're going to have a look at Kala, who is concentrating on them with this attack. And they get to make 2 attacks. They're going to use one of their hands, which can now change into an axe. And are going to make an axe hand attack, which is going to be a 23 to hit.
Pretty sure that hits.
Which is going to be... where's my dice? Where's the right dice? How many do I need? Right, I need that one. Sorry, bear with me, folks. Right, so that's going to be... 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then also an additional... Where is the dice? Come back. That's the one. And then an additional 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
They're then going to use the second attack to take the other hand and make a hammer fist attack.
Against who?
Against Kala.
Okay. Hold on, I'm making some con saves.
It's gone.
First one made the con save, second one's a natural 1, so the heat metal drops.
Heat metal drops, perfect. So
that's okay, I've got 2 more spell slots for it.
They got 17 to hit.
Yep.
And that's going to be 1, 3, 9, and 16 points of bludgeoning damage. I need them to make a strength saving throw as well.
Natural 2.
They're
or 3.
They're prone.
Cool.
And that is everything that they're going to do. Which brings us to Gulo. Is your turn.
Okay, so just a bit of couple of rulesy questions here to start off with.
Yep.
So, can I have Gear go first?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so Gear is just going to let me just work out how far. Head over to the sighing sound. Just run straight past and take any attacks of opportunity.
Okay. Yeah. So
just over there.
Just watching it go. Right, so that is going to be a sweeping axe attack that they're going to do with that.
Okay.
Which is going to be... I need Gear to make a dex save and throw on that.
12.
They fail, unfortunately. So they're going to take... rubbish. 22 slashing damage.
Okay.
And yeah, they're heading on over towards the sound of what's going on.
Okie dokie, and I think that was pretty much just their movement. So, do they see anything at that point?
Sorry, I can't see where they've moved to. It's not moved on on the map? For the
It's moved
audience?
for me. Right next to the dragon,
Mm.
essentially.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Heading around that corner, you see a enormous red dragon. This is Shurus.
Okay.
And this dragon is clearly in a lot of pain and doing the kind of tremble that you see from a pet when they're not well. It's not a pleasant sight.
Okay. So Gear is going to cast Spare the Dying. That's a useful thing they have
Okay.
that might be applicable.
Okay. That just
It
happens, right?
only-
Or-
Yeah, it only works. It stabilizes anyone who is unconscious at 0 hit points.
Okay. That's the closest thing they have to something useful in this situation, and then we'll go on to me. So when I get my character sheet back up, my next phase. So these carts of gold are on different tiers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how high up is the one that is like in the foreground?
That's going to be about 20 feet up.
Okay.
As in
And-
vertical 20 feet high.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine for what I need. So the follow-up, so like if it was to be pushed off, would it hit Conrad?
No.
Okay.
No.
Easy for it. Okay. I discard that plan then. Right, in which case I am just going to you know what? I haven't done that. Let's just empower up Shiver. So I shall use summon Shiver's Blizzard Spirit. So it's like Shiver's just this normal Arctic Fox most of the time, and then just this kind of aura of cold just sort of washes out from her.
Okay.
And so sort of her eyes are sort of glowing white. And then wait, so I haven't actually used her in combat yet, so oh, and I can choose where it is, so I shall summon him or her behind Conrad, and has to take a dex saving throw.
Okay. They're going to fail that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that will be a big old 2d6 of cold damage. 5 cold damage.
Okay.
Gonna make him run more efficiently, probably.
His circuits won't overheat now. Okay, perfect. Anything else you're in?
If sorry, I should have read up ahead of time how this works, but is it just it's an action to command Shiver to do something, I believe.
Bonus action.
Bonus action, yeah.
Oh, so I can bonus action command something now. Okay. So in that case, I guess
No, it's bonus action to summon, but when you first summon them, you can also command them to do something. You can't use an action to. It's an action to summon them.
I'm confused. So it's an action to summon. So
No, bonus
Bonus
action to
action.
summon.
Yeah.
When you first summon them, as part of the summoning, you can command them to do something.
Oh, okay.
You still have your action.
Okay, so I can get them to spit some cold.
No, because they don't have their own action.
I thought you said I could command them to do something.
Yeah, as their bonus action, which you've just done.
I think I get that. Okay, that's okay. I have an action. Okay, that's
Yes. Gulo still has an action. Shiver has done everything Shiver can do.
okay. Let's go with that. Let's go with. You know what? That could be fun. So. No, actually, that's 2. No. apologies to the viewers at home watching me like scroll my spell list confusedly and all the things which probably won't affect robots. Let's just go for a blizzard strike. So let's have another dex saving throw, please.
17.
That succeeds. So half as much on that.
Yep.
So we shall need some dice. So a decent roll though. So that is 15 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And I can't do maths today. 11 points of radiant damage.
So 26 half for 13. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Unless he happens to be weak to either of those.
No. Right, that brings us back to the top of the round. But as we get to the top of the round, you hear continued groans from around the corner, and Gear is going to watch as from somewhere along the side of this giant red dragon, you can see something moving around the inside of the scales of the dragon. The Shoris is in real great discomfort. It's not looking good. But it brings us to Badger.
Badger is going to cast another 3 scorching rays at the Big Conrad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's more like a 27, 24, and 20.
All will hit.
Nice. Okay, so that will be 6d6 fire damage.
Okay.
That's plus 21 points of fire damage.
21. Okay. Perfect.
Yep. That is action. Yeah, fuck it. Bonus action, I will also summon my wildfire spirit.
Okay.
So Sparrow reappears, having been this time pulled away from their 4th family, and is going to throw some fiery poo at this robot man, which probably won't hit. That's no, 12.
Just kind of
bounces off
the side.
Yeah.
With those kind of scorching rays and then the failed flaming scat, Big Conrad is starting to malfunction.
Perfect.
For greater good.
At which point Fern is going to let me see, yeah. Fern is going to just move over here probably to try to get a 15-foot cone that's not going to hit Rats or Kala and unleash her poison breath.
Okay.
So con save, please.
That is going to be 21.
Yeah, that succeeds. So I rolled 16 damage, so it takes half. 8 poison damage.
Poison damage. It is immune to poison.
That's what I was half expecting. Which makes my dragon not the most useful in this situation, but that's okay. And that is her turn.
Okay, Lucky, it is your go.
Oh, you're muted, Danny.
Too many tabs. The spirit weapon is going to hit Big Conrad. Roll to attack each time, yeah.
Yep.
For 25.
Okay.
And it's going to do 5 damage.
5 damage, okay.
Every little helps.
The lights on this
Oh,
corner...
sorry. 6 damage.
Every little helps.
How would you like to do this?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It had 6 hit points left.
Oh. Well, it was such a meager amount of damage. I feel like I feel like Lucky's mildly distracted by whatever's happening around the corner, and the stick just kind of goes like, bonk! Just the lightest little bonk on the head.
And you watch as this huge automaton that is striving for the greater good falls to their knees and then kind of buckles backwards like a Skyrim character dying. Big Conrad is no more. At this point, the screams and the calls continue to come from around the corner as Gear is watching what's going on. And the scales in the side of the dragon continue to kind of pulsate, and there is an almighty crash within this cavern as a giant purple worm erupts from the chest of Shorus before burrowing into the rocks.
I cast Healing Spirit on adjacent to Shorus.
I don't think you can see. You're very far away.
But that's a... I could probably move into such an angle as I could see.
I don't know if it depends on if we're still on initiative.
We're not.
Okay.
And before you get to that, all 4 dragons rush towards Shorus and kind of sit at the great dragon's feet. And what were you doing? Sorry, Gillo? What?
So I was going to go to such an angle as I can see Joris, so like there, for instance. And then cast a Healing Spirit that does... let's put a beefy one down. Let's put a 4th level Healing Spirit down.
Okay.
That would be where's it gone? I can't read today. 3d6 healing around.
Mm-hmm. Do you roll that or do they roll it?
I mean, I would presume me, but you can if you like.
Nah, you roll it.
So the first one is 9.
Okay.
If anyone else wants to assist me right now, that would be quite handy.
I'm keeping an eye out for this worm.
So it just does it automatically from what I understand. So I could then additionally cast something else. For instance, do I have just like Cure Wounds or something? Yes, I do.
You will have Cure Wounds, yeah. From the subclass.
So I could additionally cast... Also, other people can heal if they would like.
Yeah, Alex,
Just to
let's
raise
not use up all of our spell slots when there's a potential purple worm we have to fight now too.
This is true, but
I'm waiting to see. You've cast some healing spells. I'm waiting to see if anything else is happening before I decide whether or not I'm going to also do healing.
What was the total amount of healing?
So how many rounds has this been?
It was just like we're not in initiative anymore. Like, so you can just like.
Oh, I'm.
How long does the spell last, Alex?
It lasts for like where's it gone? Healing Spirit lasts for up to a minute. So
Okay.
it'll be 3d6 times 10, so 30d6.
I feel like that's a lot.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
But it's, as I say, it's over a minute. It's not just at once.
That's true.
Okay, if it's not just at once, the dragon took 102 points of damage from the bite attacks that the dragon tapeworm or purple worm did as it was heading out. So it is not going to do enough to get it back to within its.
Yeah, I'll roll the rest now.
But it'll get it back up a bit.
As this is going on,
2076.
Look at them go.
Fern is going to turn to Badger and say, I need you to take care of yourself now. Can you do that?
Of course I can.
103.
What are you
In
gonna
addition to the 9 I already said.
do? 12 points of healing.
And Gear is going to turn towards Gulo and say, Gulo, wherever you are, you need to do as the White Dragon says. You can stop the worst of this. And Khaled's going to look at Rat and say, you have been so kind to me. Please know that you're loved. And Marum is going to look not at Lucky, but in a direction outside of the mountain and say, Lucky, wherever you are, I'm so sorry that I didn't get to say goodbye. The healing doesn't seem to be taking effect on this dragon. And it feels like your 4 dragons are aware. They move towards the feet of Shorus and curl up tightly. Like 4 fox cubs curling up next to a vixen. And you watch as each dragon begins to glow, like a sort of magical essence begins to emanate from them as they close their eyes and begin to rest. And that essence seems to hang in the air before misting towards the great red dragon Shorus. Your 4 dragons begin to glow brightly as this magical essence is transferred into Shorus. And as it glows brightly on the great red dragon, the glow on your 4 begins to fade. And in fact, you notice that where there was once a dragon companion, there's now nothing. Shorus's eyes open. How am I here? What have you done? And as you consider that question, you hear a snap of fingers and a voice behind you. Oh, well, this just won't do at all. Badger, Rat, you feel yourselves unable to move, and you see that Shorus has also frozen in time. Breathing stopped, eyes just looking at you, as Lady Cirilla walks into the cavern. You know, greed, for a lack of a better term, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. It clarifies. It cuts through and captures the essence of the evolutionary spirit. Greed for life, for money, for love, knowledge. It's brought an upward surge to these lands. You meddling parasites are messing with things you know nothing about. It's already cost you 2 of your friends, and now you're beasts. What else are you prepared to sacrifice? You 3, come with me. And you watch as the doppelgangers for Lucky and Gulo head off with the chief executive, as well as Blub, who says, "Well, it's about time. Do you know how long I've had to go up with this group of idiots? Almost 48 hours. It's disgusting. glad you got my messages on the mycelial network. And as you feel the effect of the time stop spell begin to fade, we cut to the inside of a prison cell. Lucky. Gullo, you awake to find yourselves in a very unfamiliar place. And you feel a sense of loss. As though something connecting you to this land has been severed. And that's where we're going to end this evening, as you're not sure where this purple worm is. Your 4 dragons have disappeared. Shorus is looking right at you, and the chief executive heads on back out of the cavern. Any last things you want to say, do, think?
My doppelganger, should I say, turns briefly back to the others and just makes a dramatic flourish of like doppling out the robe.
The doppelganger is now at the top of Badger's list.
And that's where we'll end.
I have a lot of thoughts. I have nothing to say right now. I need to get them all in order. Danny, anything?
No, my doppelganger is a consummate professional and just leaves.
Join us here again next week for the finale of These Lands Call for You. We have no other streams in the meantime except Sam's video games on Sunday.
Friday, Sunday, Tuesday.
Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday, so you get to see Sam 3 more times before the season finale. Also, if you're not a Patreon supporter yet, but you want to find out who our players are going to be for our next campaign, that will be released to Patreon subs this week, as well as some silhouettes about for their characters. And if you are a Patreon supporter already, I have requested some help making some NPCs, so be sure to check out that post and give me some ideas. These are NPCs that the party is almost definitely going to encounter, so you will be able to see the things you helped me create on the next campaign. With that, thank you all for watching, thank you for donating, and we'll see you here next week.
Yep. And fuck that one product that keeps being advertised multiple times.
And fuck that one product that keeps being advertised. We're gonna turn ads off, don't worry. See you next week, folks. Bye.